Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Rocking and rolling and whatnot. Oh, yeah, baby. Woohoo. Yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here this morning and we are live. That's right. Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the show on this beautiful Monday morning. Yeah, beautiful. It's a thunderstorm out there. So if my internet gets funky, it's weather. It ain't me. Cliff Hickson was first. What's up, Cliff? Good to see you. And here's your happy dance. Here we go. All right. Thank you so much. That's right. That's right. That's right. What else we got going on here this wonderful morning? Let's see. We got Greg Jonick in second place. What's up, Greg? Good to see you. Cliff Hickson, Rube Maximilian. Good morning. Hez and the rest of the Rash family here for the left coast. That's what I'm talking about. Robert Custos. Yay, first. Oh, wait. What the hell? Good morning. Good to see you, buddy. Let me frame myself a little bit better. There you go. Let's see. Greg Jonick, Robert Custos, Cliff Hickson. Mason Glitterman. Happy Vegemite morning to everyone. Doc is returning. Oh, my goodness gracious me. We don't want no Vegemite, you see. Hey, Scriptcast in sixth place. What's up, Script? Great to see you, as always. Highway Star. Yeah. What's up, Highway Star? Good morning, Rash. Good morning to you. And, of course, my tiny Chihuahua life. Good morning, Rash. Morning to you as well. Always great to have you guys here, of course. Terry Barnes. Good morning, and God bless you all. God bless you too, sir. Absolutely. Let's see. Greg Jonick, Kingster 2000. Good morning. Oh, good morning to you too, sir. Let's see. Donna Ray, what's up? Good morning. Good to see you. Always good to have you here as well. All of you guys, I love you guys so much. You're the best fans in the world, as you already know. Let's see. Terry Barnes. P. Barnes. That's right. We got P. Barnes. That's right. Let's see where we at. Oh, this, yeah, never mind. So anyway, let's see. Cliff Hickson, Maggie K, what's up? Good morning. All right. Oh my goodness, my tiny Chihuahua life with an 18-month membership milestone, 16 months. Oh, 16-month membership milestone. I'm old. I need new glasses. Now let's get this starty party. All right, yeah. Here's your happy dance. All right. Let's see what else we got here. P. Barnes, Donna Ray, Highway Star, Maggie K, CyberX in the house, in the middle of remaking my PC desktop from scratch. All industrial units behind me, just got to try and not go overboard. Ooh, nice. Sounds fancy. Fancy. Just make sure you get your cooling system set up properly, man. That's the most important thing. Maggie K is here. What's up? Stefan St. German. Guess we're stuck with P. Barnes now. Oh, no. Stefan. Maggie K. What's up? Let's see. Donna Ray. CyberX, Maggie K. Donna Ray and Maggie K. Hip, 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 hooray. I listen to you every day. Because that's the way I sing today. Juggernaut Jared Reed is in the house. Cynthia Karen Shaw's here. Patrick Dagler's here. Oh, my goodness, we got all the best people. Oh, I love it. Let's see. Who did I miss? Rooster Cogburn's in the house. What's up? Good morning, everyone. Great start to a fine week. Bike week has ended at Myrtle Beach, and springtime improves without all the noise. All right. That sounds good to me. And then we got 5 gifted memberships from Greg Jonick. Thank you so much, Greg. Here's your happy dance. All right. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. P. Barnes, Patrick Dagler, Maggie K. Who else is here? Anyone I missed? David E. Persons. The people are here. That's right. Let's see. George Washington was a lousy one. Paul Cohen, yo, my peeps, you heard? Oh, Eli. Electric Glide 28 is in the house. Hello, all. Boy, do I need this today. Yes, sir. Glad to have you here, as always. Let's see. Patrick Dagler, Paul Cohen, Maggie K. Victor Childress is in the house. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you too, sir. Mr. Thomas is here. Good morning, Hez. Happy Monday. Let's continue to keep Ray in our thoughts and prayers. Absolutely, positively. Yes. Pope Phil II is here. What's up? Hey, Hez in chat. What's up? Good morning. Great to see you. Let's see. P. Barnes, Maggie K. Juggernaut Jared Reed, Cliff Hegson. Who else did I not say hello to yet? Let's see. Oh, Florida Jim is here. What's up, Florida Jim? Always great to see you too, buddy. All right. Mr. Thomas, P. Barnes, Donna Ray, Andrew Forrest. What's up? Jason D. Pope Phil, Brian Showman. Hey. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We got mole inside a hole. Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried anymore. Took me away from home. just to save you from being alone. Anyway, guys, here's a message to y'all from Ray. Here we go.
It's hard to get all of that because I'm laying down, kind of laying down, sitting up, laying down. My bags of stuff they're using to keep my blood pressure up. Some antibiotics, this little thingy that's on my finger. This is one side. They've got an IV in one, here, and then an IV in my other arm. It's required, I guess they said, in ICU. Big room. But I wanted to show you all what my room looked like. I don't think I'll have this room after surgery tomorrow. I think I'll go to a regular room if my blood pressure behaves and stays up. There's a potty over there, but they don't let me use it. There's TV. I don't really watch. Just kind of lay here, sleep, think. The fact that they had to save my life last night was a little scary. So, just trying to think about some stuff. Contemplate some other things. I just, it's scary. I hope none of you ever have to really go through this at a younger age. At 50 years old, it's very hard to deal with. As you can tell, I'm by myself. There's no one here with me. The nurses, thankfully, are very kind souls in the ICU, and they will talk with you if you want them to. I just haven't wanted them to. So they've offered. The podiatrist they assigned me is very nice, to the point. He explained everything that's going on. I have a bone infection, very bad one. And of course, they have to take off I have to have another amputation. And then they have to see if the bone infection will clear up with antibiotics or not. Hopefully it will, because I don't want to start losing bone as well as having toe amputations and things like that. So it would be difficult. And so I don't know if this is going to be too long to send or not. I'll try and figure out a way to send it to somebody so you guys can get it out there for me. I don't know if I should put it on my channel or what, because I don't think anybody else see it really. So that's my update. I'm in the ICU, have been since last night. Got really sick at home. Sudden big fever, couldn't stay awake. So I came here, and it turns out I have a blood pressure problem. It was tanking too far low. They had to start me on something epinephrine or epinephrine. I can't pronounce it. It's one of those little bags up there, and I have to continuously lay on it, or my blood pressure goes too low. So I don't know what the final fix on that's going to be yet for me to go home, but the hope is to get me home in the next couple of days after surgery, which is tomorrow. I have a couple people in the know, so they will let you guys know everything that's going on when I cannot. Okay?
Hey, that's me.
So I love you guys, and I will see you on the flip side. Okay? Talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye.
All right, so that was our Ray update. She filmed that before the surgery. Since then, she's had the surgery. I've talked to her post-surgery, and she's trying to keep her spirits up and everything. Last I heard was last night, so I don't know if there's been any updates since then. But she was just waiting for the doctor to come in and tell her, give her some updates, say what's going on. But anyway, here's a link to that video if you guys want to drop some love for her in the comments on the video, or maybe subscribe to her channel, whatever, just there it is. Love Ray, absolutely. Ugh. I even noticed in that, I don't know, it's just she really is so sweet. And if you really think about it, she knows that we always complain about these idiots filming vertical. And I noticed at one point she says, "Sorry about the way I'm filming, guys." You're filming from the hospital. We're not going to get mad at you for filming vertical, Ray. Relax. Just try to get better. Don't worry about that. Bless her heart. Good morning, all. Good morning to you, Unclean. Source of Red Hair. Love you, Ray. Yes, absolutely. We love Ray. I love Ray very much. That's it. This weekend was crazy for me, by the way. I wasn't but I basically didn't go on YouTube at all other than to do my Ray updates because, one, on the weekends I got the boys here, and two, with her being in the hospital, I'm going back and forth between worrying about her and, trying to deal with them. And, with the kids, I'm always trying to have fun and do, whatever. So the point is, I didn't really go on YouTube at all over the weekend. So if there's anything crazy going on, I don't know. That's why, when I saw earlier, someone said, "Hey, did you see the latest Pass and Remember video?" I'm like, you know what? I'm so past that already now. There's so many real life things going on that I have to deal with that matter. Last week, during the week, I had to take some days off because my dog died and my mom's crying and I'm crying and everybody's freaking out about that. And then Ray gets sick and then my kids, and then they come over and then do it's just a lot. So the last thing I'm worried about is some YouTube drama, But we are here. And that was, a message from Ray to you guys. So I'm glad I could share that. And again, I'll drop the link one more time to that video. So if you guys want to go over there and check it out, maybe give it a thumbs up or put a comment on there, whatever it is, it's all good. It's up to you. But anyway, let's get this show started. And since we started talking about Ray, Ray, give me this. Oh, she was so sweet. Ray's so awesome. And this is a squirrel, and it's what it is. It's not a beanie baby. It's what are these things called? She loves these things. A beanie. It's from the Beanie Babies collection, but it's a specific type. It's called a beanie. I don't know. Anyway, because he's got purple eyes, which my favorite color is purple. Ray's favorite color is purple. But also his birthday is the same day as mine. So when she saw that there was one with my birthday, she's like, "Oh, I got to get that to Hez. He'll love that." So, all right. And then, of course, I got my matching bracelet that Ray and I always wear. And I noticed, too, in that video just now that she has it on still, even in the hospital. That's love, man. She I love Ray. She's awesome. Anyway, so since we're talking about her, why don't we start the show with a video from her favorite creator, Tones Overthinks It, ladies and gentlemen. All right, a new Tones video. Yes. Yes, it's a TLDR from Tones Overthinks It. Here we go. All right. I love these videos.
Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. And welcome to another edition of TLDR. So lately I've been thinking about the Streisand Effect. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it is the unintended consequence of causing information that you were trying to censor or suppress to become even more publicized. As the name would suggest, it did originate when actress and singer Barbra Streisand pretty much sued a photographer in effort to censor or prevent the publication of a photograph of her home, only for that obscure photograph to actually get even more public attention as a result. So the effect exemplifies psychological reactance, where the desire to hide something instead makes its propagation more likely. Now, what does this have to do with frauditors? Well, I've noticed over the years that frauditors have a tendency to not take criticism very well. They are very reactionary when it comes to any kind of dissenting opinion. They'll go out of their way to rant about it, even attempt to silence it by filing copyright strikes or privacy strikes, pretty much abusing whatever power is within their reach to get that information taken down. The problem is, when they do this, it actually gains more attention. All one has to do is look at the many incidents where frauditors try to issue a copyright strike or a takedown against a channel, only for everybody to know they did it, for them to fail, and the video they were trying to silence getting even more views. The late great Schrodinger's cat demonstrated this point superbly when the frauditor NewsNow Patrick attempted to take down one of his videos, and upon his failure to do so, Schrodinger then made the video available to be mirrored by literally anyone with a channel. And thus this action came to be known as the PayPal Patty treatment. The thing of it is, in that incident, the only person that PayPal Patty had to blame was himself. Because if he had just said nothing, if he didn't bother going after Schrodinger or the video, people probably wouldn't remember it as much. Although in fairness, people don't remember him much today anyways. But my point still stands. Frauditors are their own worst enemy when it comes to bad publicity. Now, while I myself have been fortunate and have not been locked into any kind of copyright strike situation with a frauditor, I did receive multiple privacy strikes from a certain frauditor, Amagansett Press, aka Jason Gutterman, more so just to prove the point that they will issue said strikes if anyone dares to say his name, which is established to be public information and not private. Now, the video in particular, a comedic musical number, could have just come and gone if he had done nothing. Of course, he did do something. More people found out about it. More people mirrored it, causing even more privacy strikes, effectively causing him to take up all of his time into a long game of whack-a-mole. And now everyone says his name every chance they get, and the video itself is still available for viewing on my website, tonesoverthings.com, where you can never take it down. So once again, the frauditor's response ends up with the opposite results of what they wanted. And all it really does to their public image is shows that they're willing to go after people and be a bully. Which, let's be honest, we already knew that in the first place. They're already doing themselves a disservice by uploading the footage of themselves acting like complete and utter jackasses. It's even further exacerbated when people call them out for being jackasses that they throw a hissy fit and try to double down and defend it. For a more recent example, Denver Metro Audits and Regan Benson ended up doing a live stream where they literally spent the entire time pretty much throwing a temper tantrum over two city council members in the city of Inglewood going on to Frauditor Troll's live stream in their own private capacity as United States citizens who have a First Amendment right, and effectively tell their side of the story, explain their position, and also explain, what their job entails. And apparently these First Amendment auditors who seem to cherish the First Amendment were absolutely furious that somebody exercised their right to their free opinion on a public forum. Which, by the way, if you haven't watched that stream, I highly recommend it. It's very fascinating and entertaining and provides a lot of information that these self-proclaimed activists and journalists never bother to share with their audiences in the first place. But getting back on point, in their ranting stream proclaiming to the world how butthurt they were, their biggest complaint was that so many people watched it and will now, see that they were effectively discredited or otherwise humiliated, as they rightfully should be, because there are consequences for their actions. And the truth is, DMA and Regan, if you guys just said nothing, there probably wouldn't be as much attention on it. But now that you have, more people are going to watch that stream. More people are going to agree with what Frauditor Troll said. More people are going to agree with what the council members said. And more people are going to be against you as a result of you bringing more attention to the situation. Heck, Frauditor Troll's already put out a video commenting on your temper tantrum, effectively showing his viewers and the world that you couldn't handle it. The fact I am even recording this little podcast is further proof that your stream did the exact opposite of what you were hoping for. You didn't discredit the council members. You didn't discredit Frauditor Troll. If anything, you gave everything he and the council members said about you further validation. And there's something else that frauditors fail to consider. If you are so dead set in your beliefs, if you truly think you're right, then surely some random dork on the internet with his own opinion isn't going to change that. I mean, after all, shouldn't you guys be in the majority? Aren't you the ones who are righteous and virtuous and true? What I say in contrast to your arguments or what I say about you personally shouldn't matter to you at all. But by lashing out and acting the way that you have, you're actually acknowledging that what that other person is saying can threaten your argument because their position actually has merit. Now, before anyone asks, well, Tones, wouldn't that be the case the other way around? For channels like mine, our burden of proof as to whether or not what these people are doing is wrong is relatively small. I'm not here to sell you the idea that you can go out and do what you want and be free of consequences and you don't have to obey any kind of lawful authority. I'm just here to point and laugh when some stupid person thinks they can do it while having ridiculous amounts of confidence in themselves that they could pull it off and then subsequently get their comeuppance. So if these people have to be incredibly protective and are easily triggered, makes me wonder, how confident are they? I mean, is it possible that they question themselves, perhaps have doubts in all the stuff that they're saying and trying to sell their audience? Maybe that's why they lash out like they do and are so desperate to silence any kind of dissent or opposition. They can't handle the truth and they're trying their best to stave off reality. And the sad truth is, the more they try to do this, the more apparent that reality is going to become. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see here and you want to see even more in the future, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section. I always love to read them. Till next time.
All right. I think too much to make up for those who don't think at all. All right. We love you, Tones. All right. Round of applause for Tones Overthinks It, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I saw someone in the comments said I'm buffering. It's a horrible thunderstorm outside right now. So, you know, I said earlier that might be possible. Also, some people are asking about Ray. That's how we started the show. Today was with the Ray update. She's still in the ICU, but she did get out of surgery yesterday. Well, last I heard, because I talked to her yesterday evening, but not last night or this morning. So I don't know if there's been any changes since then. But as of the last time I talked to her, she's out of surgery. The surgery was apparently a success and it all went well. But she was waiting, you know, for the doctor to come in and tell her, you know, what's going on, give her updates and all that. That was the last I heard. So hopefully everything's going well and she's okay. God bless Ray. Love Ray. So hopefully she's going to be all right. She did do an update on her channel. She made a video. I'll drop a link to it right there. I played it earlier. It's real short. It's just her in the hospital saying what happened. And it was before the surgery. But so as far as I know, as of right now, she's okay. By the way, he mentioned in that video just now, News Now Patrick put a new video out. I was going to cover it in a separate, you know, just like in a regular video. But it's funny because, you know, now that he's back, he doesn't really have any subs or anything yet. But, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But that guy, I can't believe he'd come back. Anyway, yeah, hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Also, somebody was asking about sending her flowers. I'm sure she would absolutely adore that. As far as, you know, where exactly to send them or what, I don't know if you want to send me an email or if, you know, like, because to find out, I'd have to find out exactly where she's at, where you need to send them. And then we don't know how long she's going to be in the hospital. Like, do you have to send them to the hospital or to her house or what? I don't know. But if, you know, if you're interested in something like that, send me an email. We can work something out. Because last time she was in the hospital, I sent her flowers. So I definitely know it can be done, and I know she definitely will appreciate it. So, yeah. Let's see. We love Ray. Free Ray. News Now, Patrick. Damn it, Bobby. Bobby Hill. Yes. All right. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this ball rolling. We just got it started, so let's see what else do I got lined up here. Well, first of all, let's talk for a minute about what we just watched. Okay, so this idea in general is like Chef M80's here. What's up, Chef? Good to see you. It's getting hot in here too, because when the storm started, I had to close the windows to keep the rain out. But now, because the windows are closed, even though it's cold outside, it's getting hot in here. Oh, whew. That's crazy how fast I heated up. So anyway, what we were just watching and what Tones was talking about there, this whole idea in general is something that I've thought about this before too. It's like there's a couple different points he brought up there. But first of all, the overall point, right? The idea that when somebody is saying something about you that you don't like saying, hey, you going around filming yourself being a jerk to test your First Amendment isn't the proper way to do that. And it's definitely not, moral or ethical or anything like that. And then if somebody files a privacy complaint or a copyright strike, all they're doing is reinforcing our argument. Like, these guys don't care about all these things that they say they care about. If they did, why would they be doing this? And then it ends up bringing more negative attention to them. It has the opposite effect. Instead of trying to get us to shut up, more people are watching our videos because, whoa, why are all the frauditors going after this video? I should check this one out. If this one's particularly, did you see that lightning? Wow. That's if this one's particularly bad. Hey, we got 5 gifted memberships from Highway Star. Here's your happy dance, brother. All right. All right. Yes. Thank you so much. There was a point. It was a while ago. Don't take your clothes off because of the heat. I won't. Thank you, though. But anyway, yes. At one point, a couple years ago, those of you who've been with me for a while probably remember there was this whole thing. There's a story behind it, but then I don't remember if it was public or if it's just something he told me. So I won't get into the details of it. But Peck had a couple extra dollars. So he made it a goal. His stated goal was to make every single person in my chat a member. So every time somebody would come in that wasn't a member, he would just start giving gifted memberships. That was really cool. Peck is, every once in a while, he's all the way off in Australia. He's doing his own thing, but Peck's awesome. It's a performance for their fans. Their fans must watch Frauditor troll and ran to them wanting them to respond, and they need money and their dignity be damned. Yep. See, and that, yeah, exactly. I've always said this too. It seems like based on a lot of the actions that these people take, just in general, it really does seem to me like they never actually take the time to think anything through to a logical conclusion. Because if they did, they'd come up to the same conclusion we do. The logical one. It's like, and it gets, one of the reasons, there's enough reasons to write a book about it, which in fact I did, the Frauditor's Handbook, available at Amazon, link in the description below. Anyway, it's true. So one of the many reasons, the plethora of reasons why it gets so frustrating with these guys sometimes is because they do exactly that, right? It's like they complain about this, they complain about that, everything is this and this and this and this. But then when it comes to, oh, wait a minute, look, I saw Becca's here. All right, good to see you. A frauditor, think? No way. That ain't never going to happen. Never did before. Why would they start now? Right? But that's it. They don't think things through to the logical conclusion. Because once you apply logic to their arguments fall apart every time. And that's 90% of what we do here. We take their false narratives, we take their illogical logic, their douche canoe potato brain non-think, and we try to apply logic and reasoning to it. And you can't do that because they don't accept it. And that's frustrating because, and I've said this before, people who've been here for a while, know this. But when I first started the channel, and if you go back, you could see I had a full episode that was just me talking to Direct D. I've talked to Rogue Nation a bunch of times. I talked to BSBT a bunch of times. I talked to Audit them a few times. Let's see. I think I talked to Vegas Vips. I talked to John Felix. I talked to a bunch of these guys. And I stopped. I just stopped dealing with them pretty much at all. Because what I realized after talking to these guys is that it's literally like, because I've seen this in videos, it's literally like that. That's a microcosm of what it's like talking to these guys. Well, what are you saying, Hez? Well, listen. They walk into a place that actually isn't a public place, right? It's open to the public, whatever, but, not necessarily a private business, but a private office, right? It's not a public forum. So they walk in there and they say, hey, you can't be in here. This is private. No, it isn't. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. That's all you got to do is say no. And that's what it's like talking to these guys about anything. Hey, did you know that it's rude to go up to someone and do that? No, it isn't. Well, did you know it's wrong to go into that building because it's not a public? No, it's not. Oh, that's their arguments. All of the arguments they make, if you start going down and breaking them down logically, all of their arguments all come down to the same. You know what? Actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm thinking, I never thought about doing this before. I should actually come up with a list. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Hez, you're wrong. They're just mean, hateful criminals, period. That's why they're criminals. So they're not wired correctly. Yes, that's what Ray always tells me, right? She's like, she says, Hez, the reason why you have so much trouble understanding these people is because your brain isn't wired that way. You can't think like them. So it doesn't make any sense to you. If they believe that everybody's a scumbag, then they're just being what everyone is. They're just being a regular person, a scumbag. And it's like, your brain can't get that because you don't get that. But yes, it's the argument always falls on deaf ears. But what I was saying is, like, now I'm thinking I should actually try and come up with a list, because as I'm thinking, I'm like, all of their arguments come down to certain basic points. Like, and if you keep digging and digging and digging, eventually you're either going to get just, no, it isn't, or you're just a bootlicker. Like that. Well, no matter what your argument is, if you keep coming at them with logic, eventually they're either just going to flat out say, no, you're wrong. Okay, so then if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. No, you're a bootlicker. Why am I wrong? Well, because you're a bootlicker. No, I mean, logically, intellectually, legally, whatever. How am I wrong? You're a bootlicker. You're wrong. No. We got $1.99, $2 from Cova 42. They're why women pick the bear. Here's your happy dance. All right. Yes, thank you so much. But they poke the bear. And that's the other thing that drives me nuts about these guys with their pepper spray all the time. And like when Lizard Media bashed that dude's head open with a weapon. First of all, none of that violence would have occurred if they weren't being douche canoes in the first place. It's always triggered by them and their actions. Well, just because I have a camera? No. It's because the way the person holding the camera is acting is the problem. But it always leads to violence. Or when it does lead to violence, it's always because they poke the bear. And then when the bear swats at them, they get mad at the bear. Oh, arrest him. Take away his freedom. Destroy his life, because that's what frauditors do. They go after people. They try to ruin people's lives. They try to discredit people's reputations. Like I always say, even at the most base level, every single person that a frauditor comes in contact with that doesn't want to be filmed is going to be punished for not wanting to be filmed. That's why I say the frauditors are more tyrannical than the people they call tyrants. Because if you do not want to be filmed, just the fact that you don't want to be filmed is something that you deserve to be punished for. Very, very least base level, they're going to publicly humiliate you on their YouTube channel by posting the video and calling you a Karen and calling you a Darren and calling you a bootlicker and trying to get people to call flood you, trying to get your business shut down, trying to get you fired, put on complaints against you, try to get you harassed, try to get you arrested. If you're a public servant, try to get you fired, try to get you sued, try to ruin your life, ruin your job, take away your freedom, have you thrown in jail. These guys are horrible slime. These guys are all of the time horrible slime, stinky butt, potato brain, butter brain, douche canoes. It's true. Every single one of them smells like poo because that's all that comes out of their mouth. Oh, man. I make myself laugh. Let's watch the lucid dream, guys. Let's go.
Welcome back to my corner of the internet, guys. I am the Lucid Dream, and I have fallen down a rabbit hole of frauditors in schools, and yeah, I'm just angry about it. Like, I'm actually angry. You know, thankfully, it's not all that popular yet. I don't want to give them any bright ideas, but at least most of them have enough common sense to know that it's just not a good idea. But the ones that I have found have just made me angry. Before we get started, thank you to all of my channel members and subscribers. I would not be here without you. The video you are about to see is kind of a two-parter. We're going to start out with the arrest of a frauditor named Katie Kidman. And followed behind that is going to be one of her vile sycophants following up at the elementary school she was arrested at. So let's go ahead and get into it.
This guy has no sense of humor whatsoever.
Well, we have a great sense of humor, both of us. We don't think you're very funny.
You don't. Why not? Why? All I have is a camera and my white sunglasses and some water. And a badge like you.
We also let us know, yeah, you don't have permission to be here.
We're both human beings in flesh and blood, right? So, I mean, why would you want to see me get locked in a rat cage?
We didn't make the
And you
choices.
wouldn't even
Just like
flinch.
we teach students, we didn't make your choices for you. You made your choices.
You wouldn't,
Your consequences are your consequences.
and you wouldn't even flinch if they put me in a nasty old dirty rat cage with
I
all
didn't make the
rusted
choices you made, so
rusted bars
I
and
didn't
everything.
have any qualms whatsoever with the choices you made. Whatever your consequences are, your consequences.
These tyrants are arrest happy.
We're not even a minute in, and this moron is talking about tyrants. These are teachers. They are not government employees. They are teachers. What is wrong with people?
Yeah, they lock you up in those cages and come over here and try to, you know. But they probably won't come because I'm on public property right here. Highly unlikely that they'll even come over here. But I can see now how you guys waste taxpayer money and resources by calling the police on a grandma who's over here checking on the kids. You don't want anybody over here checking on anything.
We
I gotta
invite
check
people on
on
campus all the time. We
everybody.
actually have people on campus working with kids.
Not invited by you. I don't trust you anymore.
You don't need to trust me.
You have to come into these places uninvited and unannounced. You want to find out what's going on. You cannot announce your arrival so you guys can hide everything. And,
No, nobody announces their arrival. We invite them in and they show their ID. They check in. You didn't do any of those things. You didn't even wear a badge
Check
that has
in,
your
where's-
name on it.
I have it right here. Where's
No,
the?
when you were asked what your name was, you were not truthful.
This right
You
here
said your name was Betty.
is my. Betty. It is. It's Betty Buttcrack. That's who I am when I have my camera on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That in itself tells me everything I need to know about this idiot. But I also think it's hilarious that she thinks that the police aren't going to show up just because she thinks she's on public property because she's inside a school. I do find that hilarious.
Yes. There they are. Look, you did call them. There's two of them. Look, she can't wait for them to get here. Look at her. Oh, hurry. She has a camera. Bring the handcuffs. If they arrest me, you're not going to sleep very well tonight.
I'll sleep just fine, thank you.
No, you won't. You will not.
Are you threatening me?
Yeah, you're going to have nightmares about locking me up.
No, I will not have nightmares about you.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Fine and dandy. And you?
You remember me?
Yeah.
We were there over by the gym that one.
Parker. Oh, yeah.
Principal?
And Arias, she's really cool, this lady.
Oh, okay.
Don't let her lie. She likes me.
You like me?
Yeah. This is the assistant principal. Do you know the First Amendment?
I do. So at this time, you're going to be placed under arrest for trespassing, okay?
Arrest?
It's Officer Parker at number 80. So at this point, I don't know if you want to stop the reporting or
You can't arrest me for
We're
being
going
in
to-
an office building.
you've been asked to leave a couple of times. So if you want, I don't want to.
She did not. Wait. Let's watch the video. She didn't ask me
That's
to
great.
leave.
That's great. As soon as you,
Can you take
Stop.
that out of my
No.
hand?
but you want to
Yeah.
out of your hand?
Yeah.
And again, the camera, do you want to turn it off?
She didn't
now,
ask me to
or-
leave.
Okay.
I
No.
also asked you to stop recording.
She asked me to stop recording. Can we
She
watch
said-
the video
Hold on. We can.
to prove it?
We can.
Okay.
But first, we're going to stop.
Okay, so let's watch it.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to set this down over here so we don't draw the bridge.
You can't arrest me for being on public school property.
Based on the information I have now. Yes, you're under arrest.
So either this cop, I take it back. So either this pig never watched the video to see that she was never asked to leave, or he watched the video, saw that she was never asked to leave, and charged her with the crime anyway. I watched.
Or she didn't record being asked to leave, or she didn't put it in her video because it doesn't fit the narrative. I mean, that sounds like that could be a possibility too.
I watched the video in its entirety, and I am going to make the allegation that it was not Katie Kidman that committed a crime at that school on that day. It was the principal that committed a crime at that school on that day for providing false information to police that resulted in the arrest of Katie Kidman. On November the 14th of 2022, I went to Isaac Miller Middle School to do a follow-up interview and to ask the principal some questions, not just related to the incident of Katie Kidman's arrest, but also I wanted to get information on school policies regarding filming on campus.
They locked the door and they're closing the blinds. Huh. All right, I guess I'll wait for them to reopen. I was walking up, I heard the door click. and I can see the blinds closing, so maybe they're closing for lunch. See if anybody's in there. I'll wait for them to open. All righty then. You work here?
I do.
You know why the office is closed? It's not 3:30 yet. It's kind of strange. That causes me quite a bit of concern. For obvious reasons. I mean, should we call the police? Should I call the police?
I don't think so. Let me see if I was
Hey. Go ahead and come on in. Hi.
You have no lawful business being here. Unless you have a question, you can go see our student supervisor at Sousa Center.
Wait, slow down.
Students on campus.
Slow down.
Can I ask what you're doing here?
Slow down. Slow down. Slow down.
No, I would like to ask what you're doing here.
Wait, slow down. I'm really.
I would like to ask what you're doing here.
Okay.
And if you have no lawful business being here, I would like to ask you to please leave.
Okay, you're not letting me speak. You're talking over. You're asking me a question and then you're talking.
Mhm.
So slow down a second, okay? Let me ingest what you're telling me because you just said a lot of words, and I'm really slow. I have a 9th grade education, so just give me 1 second. Let me process what you just said, okay? So I'm born again, and I'm with Sheep. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Okay, so I'm born again, and I'm with Sheep Show Media, and I'm here to speak to the principal.
The principal's not here right now.
Okay, so then how about an assistant principal?
I'm the assistant principal.
May I get your name, please, for the record?
My name is Kenny Durbin.
Thank you, Kenny Durbin. Durbin, right?
And again, if you have no lawful business being here, I would like to ask you to leave, please.
Okay, so again, you interrupted me when I was
did
just
not.
getting ready to explain to you what my lawful business here was.
So you have
So
a student here.
I'm sorry. Did you ask me if I had a student here? Or did you ask me if I had lawful business? Again, you're going too fast for me. Because first you said lawful business, and now you're asking if I have a
Lawful business would
student
be
here.
If you have a student here.
That's the only lawful business that can.
There's other lawful
Okay,
business. but-
so, okay, go ahead.
So I would like to ask you to leave if you have no lawful business here.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You have a good day.
I will.
You know, at least he's being honest and saying, you know, I didn't make it past the 9th grade. I'm stupid. Just slow it down a little bit for me. But at the same time, he is going to continue to talk in circles for most of this interaction. But they saw him coming. 100%. They saw his ass coming and they're like, nope, we're not doing this again.
You can leave.
Oh, no, yeah, don't play with her. Yeah.
I want to point out too, these guys with, okay. It kind of goes back to like what I was saying earlier, trying to understand the way these people think. And if you try to, like, if I could sit down and talk to one of these guys, I've done it, and you don't get anything from them. So there's no point to it, but it drives me nuts because I wish they could make me understand. Particularly, like anything, like, again, I don't like what they do at all, but particularly when it comes to schools and churches. Why? If the only thing that makes sense to me is because you know for a fact that those particular locations, especially a school, is going to elicit a negative reaction. Why would you target a school? Like in the old days, when it was always post offices and police departments and city halls, again, as much as I didn't like that, I understood the base foundation of the argument. I disagreed with it. I thought it was wrong, but I understood it. But a school, a church, Why are you targeting those locations specifically? Oh, well, because I have the right to go in there. No. That's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you if you had the right to do it. What I'm asking you is why you choose. You chose that location to audit. Why? Well, because I can. No, that's not why you chose it. Because you don't just wake up in the morning and say, well, today I'm going to go film stuff and walk into a school. Like, you are specifically targeting that location for a reason. What could that reason possibly be, if not to elicit a negative reaction? Because just turn on the news, school shootings, all the craziness and stuff. You got to go through a metal detector to get in the door. I was a teacher. I worked at a school. Ray worked at a school. Anyone I know, whoever worked at a school, you can't just walk in there. When you're supposed to be there, you can't just walk in there. We would always have to go through security. We'd always have to get buzzed in. We'd always have to get our card to scan on the doors. And we belong there. So they think that they're supposed to just let random idiots wobble their cameras around the school? I don't get it, man. These people are dumb, man. They're dumb.
Again, I would like to ask you if you have any lawful business here.
And I would like to ask you again if you're going to let me respond to that, or if you're going to interrupt me again.
I just asked you the question.
Okay. So what I was trying to explain to you before you interrupted me the last time was I'm born again. I'm with Sheep Show Media. I came here to ask to speak to the principal. I'm doing a follow-up story on a false arrest that was made here on another independent journalist. I have concerns as a concerned citizen. I watched the video in its entirety. And after viewing that video, nowhere on the video did I ever see anybody from this facility ever ask that independent journalist to leave. And then when the police responded, pursuant to the statements made by the police department, somebody from this school made the statement that she was asked to leave and she refused to leave. And based on the video that I watched, that's a false statement. A false statement made on the record to law enforcement, and it resulted in an unconstitutional false arrest of a private citizen.
So I'm going to stop you there again.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with any lawful business here on campus. That has to do with something entirely different. So again, for about the 5th time, I would ask you to leave if you have no lawful business here.
Well, please correct me if I'm.
Have a good day.
Okay, you don't need to be rude.
I'm not being rude.
If you're going to be rude to me, I'm going to respond in kind. If you're going to be rude, I'm going to respond in kind.
You've been asked to leave. Thank you. We're going to make a phone call to the police so that you're aware.
Okay. So can we continue this dialogue, because I have a question regarding.
We're not having any conversation. You've been asked to leave because you have no
Well, I'm asking for
lawful business for the
clarification.
school.
I'm asking for clarification.
Do you have a student here?
I'm asking for clarification.
Correct. I'm asking you a question
I'm
for your
asking you a
clarification.
question.
Do you have a
I'm
student
asking
here?
you a question.
Okay. You do not have
I'm
any
asking for
lawful business here.
clarification. I'm asking for clarification. Oh, okay. So, according to them, I don't have any lawful business here.
And she is absolutely right. You have no lawful business at that school. You have absolutely no reason to be at that school. You are there to pick a fight over some idiot who also got arrested at that elementary school who was not supposed to be at that elementary school. So you're going to sit there and go and complain about the fact you didn't hear anywhere in the video without ever taking into consideration that it was probably edited out. You are a fucking moron, just like the fucking moron who got arrested.
Huh. But that is really strange, because I have the penal code in my pocket and it describes what lawful business is, and I'm trying to get clarification from them, and they're refusing to give me clarification. So I'm kind of confused. Oh, there you are again. So again, can I get clarification on something regarding something that you told me? You're going to ignore me?
Because I have the penal code right here in my pocket, and you are an educator.
Take that to the police.
I'm trying to get clarification from you based on information that you've just given me.
Have a great day.
Are you refusing to talk to me? Okay.
Someone needs to give these teachers a medal.
I need clarification because I have the penal code that you're trespassing me on in my pocket, and it specifically describes what lawful business is. And I believe that I'm here on lawful business, but you're telling me that I'm not.
Business is then.
Yes, I'm here to ask questions of the administrative staff. I came directly from the street to the office. I contacted that gentleman who identified himself as the vice president. I asked to speak to the principal of the school.
Okay.
He said the principal of the school was not here.
Correct.
Okay, so I came
She
here.
is now.
Oh, thank you. You're the principal,
Yes.
and your name is.
My name is Kathy Blackburn.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
But I don't have to answer your questions, so I'm asking you if you don't have.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we got $2 from Cova 42. Public schools means public attends, numbnuts. That's exactly right. Here's your happy dance. All right, thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Super chats are awesome. Thank you for the support, yo. And don't forget, if you want to support the channel in any way, the best way to support the channel, of course, is to hit that like button. All right, here we go. But yes, absolutely. And one of my favorites, we've seen this before, but like, I remember there was one particular video, and I think it's happened more than once, but one specifically is in my head where someone went into, oh, thank you so much, D-Bose. I appreciate that. Yes. But so I'm sorry, the school thing bugs me, especially children. Yes, exactly. Like I said, why they target schools is insane to me. Well, I mean, it's not insane. Obviously, it's for a negative reaction, but you're getting kids involved, guy. Come on. You're crossing the line. And they don't see that. That's the crazy part. But anyway, the point is, I saw this video where this guy went to a public defender's office. And just because it had the word public in the name, public defender, it's a public building. It says right there on the door, public. It's a public school. Oh, see, it says right there in the building, public. That means anyone can do anything. No, it doesn't. Where do these people learn how to speak English? Public means literally anyone could do literally anything because it has the word public in it. Oh, man.
Have a student here. I'm asking that you leave, and that if you cannot leave, then you are considered trespassing, and the police have been called so that they can then address the issue. If you have a student on campus that we need to be concerned about, that you have business to do with here regarding our school, you are welcome to be here.
Right.
But you have a camera on. I've not been asked permission to be videotaped. If you have caught any video of our students, then you are outside the law, federal law. And so it's my job to protect the school and our students. And so I've asked you to go. You did not speak kindly to my APU, who was just very direct. You might not have liked what he was asking or saying. It was very direct. You've been asked to go. Is there a reason you cannot leave, sir?
Yes, you're the principal. It's your school. If you're asking me to leave and you have a lawful authority to ask me to leave, I'm gone. I'll be happy to leave.
Okay,
I have the utmost respect for you and your school. The problem is
that right there. I'll leave, but he's not going to leave. He's going to stand there and argue with her over and over and over again about the same bullshit because he has nothing better to do. He has no intention of leaving, even though he just told her, if you ask me to leave, I will leave. She asked you to leave. So kick rocks. Get the fuck out.
The problem is that I'm not understanding what you're saying is lawful business because I just asked. May I finish my statement?
I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
Okay. You asked me if I had a student here, and I did not respond to that question, but I asked the assistant principal.
Yes.
Okay, I asked the assistant principal if there was any other business that could be conducted here other than having a student here, and his answer to me was yes. So
okay, but if you state your business, then it's not unpredictable. Instead, you're acting in an unpredictable manner, making it a very unsafe environment for those of us, me, who's responsible for everyone on this campus at this moment. If you would like to state your business and ask what that is, I'm not sure why it would require recording us without our permission. So I have stated again, I've not given you permission to record me. I'm asking you to please stop recording. And I'm also going to ask that you do not upload it to any social media, as I choose that as my personal right to not be a part of. So if you would like to honor those things, I can answer your questions around school business. But you have not stated your purpose for being here. You have been asked to go.
Okay,
You
well,
said you don't have business, or you do?
Okay, I said that I believe that I do.
And
I can address all three of the concerns that you just raised. One of the concerns that you just raised is I have not stated my lawful business. I did state my lawful business here to the assistant principal very, very clearly and concisely.
And what was that?
I haven't stated it to you yet because we're not there yet. I'm trying to get to that. Okay,
but I'm not interested in having the conversation if that can't be where you start.
Okay, if you'd like me to start there, I'll start there.
Because I requested your presence, your reason for your presence.
Oh, okay. So the reason that I'm here is I'm born again and I'm with Sheep Show Media. And I'm doing a follow-up story on what many people believe was the unconstitutional arrest of a member of the independent media. There's a video posted on social media, okay? And in that video,
and with that, I'm going to ask you to stop because I'm not going to speak to it.
Okay.
It's currently under trial, so you can deal with that then. I
didn't ask you to speak to that. You asked me for my business here, and I'm trying to explain to you.
But if it has anything tied to that, I have no interest in having a conversation with you. If you would like to talk about the school business, we can talk about that. This is not school business.
Oh, okay.
So I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate your thoughts around it, but I have asked you to go.
Yeah.
You have not left. So you're going to find yourself in the same position as we have called the police because you've been asked to go and have not. You have not stated business that I need to have with you regarding school, the function of school, the safety of school, or any member of my school. So I'm asking you to go. I'm going to go inside now and you can do whatever you need to do.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. I'm leaving now. What a tyrant bitch.
No, that was you getting read to filth by a teacher because you are a little bitch. She just had the most epic mic drop of all time. Someone needs to buy that woman a coffee. So we're gonna cut him here because there's no coming back from that. He is, I mean, that's a DOA. He is done for. And the last little clip is just the results of the trial that is taking place the day that this guy is at the elementary school of the frauditor that we saw arrested in the first bit of the clip.
I wanted to give you an update. The jury deliberated for about 15 or 20 minutes after I testified, and we went through the whole trial. And the judge again asked my attorney to hurry up twice today. He never asked the DA to hurry though. And he tried to get the case, what do you call it? Dismissed, like he called for a mistrial because of the way that the DA was handling it. He objected to everything. And so I was found guilty on all counts, and I have court on Monday to be scheduled or sentenced.
And that is all that matters, is guilty on all counts. It is music to my ears. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Side note, the moron who just got the door slammed in his face was actually arrested later on at the school district office for doing the exact same thing. Because, I mean, there's no fixing stupid. Have a great night, guys. I will catch you on the next one.
Well, all right. Round of applause for the Lucid Dream. Great stuff. Oh, and we only got 5 minutes till the Cupcake Happy Dance. Isn't Katie Kidman too old to be doing it? Well, yeah. But I don't think any of them should be doing it, no matter what age they are. But Kidman, she loves it. She's Betty Buttcrack, man. That whole thing. Holy crap. Yeah, she's something else completely as well. Katie Kidman's like something from another world, man. That lady is something else. Who knew Ron White was a prophet? Katie was found guilty by a jury. They watched her video and found her guilty. See, that's the thing. And like I've said this before, when you look at a lot of these guys when they're in court, one of the problems, and I've said this as well before, like I totally understand, like in general, the idea of like you go to court for a specific incident, then whatever video or whatever information they have regarding that specific incident is what the judge is looking at, is what the jury is looking at. But sometimes that can be a problem because the one particular incident may look like a one-time event. But if you look at their page and realize, that this is what this person does, that it isn't like this one time. The argument can be made, well, maybe it was their fault, maybe it wasn't. But when you see their whole life, all they do is go around intentionally causing trouble for people, then it becomes obvious that they were doing it on purpose, But yeah, the jury watches the video and goes, yeah, she was wrong. Like, yeah, but doesn't the video prove that they were evil? And that's the thing. That's the thing so much. And that was one of the keys that over the period of time that I've been doing this, that sort of like clicked in my head to unlock some of the, I don't even want to say that these people think, but the thoughts, the mindset of these people. It's like, if they film themselves getting trespassed, in their minds and the way they sell it to their fans and other frauditors and substance and all these idiots is, see, here's a video proving that these guys are evil because they trespassed me. But everyone else looks at the video and sees, you just posted a video that proves you were trespassing. You post the evidence that you were trespassing, that you were guilty of trespassing. It's proof that they were the bad guys for trespassing you. Like, hey, look, I robbed a bank and I filmed myself robbing it. And then do you see these horrible, evil cops arresting me? A poor, innocent civilian being arrested by an evil tyrant cop. Yeah, because you robbed a bank and you filmed it and it's on the film. Like, but they'll say, oh, bank robbery is completely different. Yeah, but I use those examples because those are examples that you can't argue. There's no nuance there. So just apply that same mentality. Yes, it's not literally the same level of crime, but it's the same idea. You're filming yourself doing the thing you're getting in trouble for doing, and then posting the video as proof that those people are evil for catching you doing it. Please leave. I'm leaving. No, you're not, because if you were leaving, you'd be gone. And I've said it before again and again and again and again and again. When you see these guys posting these videos, doing all this stuff, saying, these public servants, this video proves that they don't do their jobs. What are you talking about? They trespassed the idiot with the camera. They're doing their jobs, and they're doing it well. You walk into a DMV full of people, and they trespass the idiot. They're serving those people by getting rid of you. Those people don't want you in there. Those people don't want to be on your camera. Time for the cupcake happy dance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay. Olay. All right. We love you, Maggie. God bless. Hope you're okay. Oh, my goodness. And that's the other thing, too, and I've said this before. Oh, man. Just thinking about that situation. Oh, there she is. Yes, yes, yes. There she is. She's watching. I love it. Another round of applause for the one and only Cupcake. All right, Maggie, what's up? I was just going to say, like, it's so, for me, two of my favorite women in the world, my favorite woman in the world, Ray, in the hospital right now in ICU, and Maggie with all the medical trouble she's been having. Oh, my heart breaks every day. I love you guys so much. Oh, absolutely. My heart is with you. All the love and prayers with you, and hope everything's okay. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Oh, anyway. The bank robber gets arrested. Oh, it was just a prank, bro. Yeah, I can see that these days. Oh, man, I got some water boiling. I got to go check on that. So let's hop into the next video. How about some courtroom footage from Team Skeptic? All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Love Team Skeptic. By the way, my oldest son, and I've said this before, he always uses this expression, dog water. And in the last Team Skeptic video, he says, and once the judge read this guy's paperwork and realized there was nothing but sovereign citizen dog water, so I played that clip for my son, and he thought it was the greatest thing he ever saw. That was awesome. Anyway, back to the video, guys.
And that's defined in the Black's Law Dictionary, Volume 4. Oh, I think they're going in Volume 6 now.
Uh-oh.
Come on, which volume?
Wait
Here's the language.
He knows it. He knows
Man!
Shoot.
Okay, looks like we got a wild one. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, I have a crazy video for you, as we have a sovereign citizen, Karen and Kevin, calling up the family courts, making all kinds of outrageous demands, and eventually dismissing their already adjudicated case. Now, normally, I jump straight into the hearing, but for today's video, I feel like I should probably give you guys some context so you know exactly what's going on. Now, from the best of my understanding, this is a sovereign citizen husband-wife duo who have 6 kids that were taken from them by the state, who also might be on the run from the law. This video is of a phone call that they made to an absolute boss at the family courts and begins immediately after their hearing, when they decided to pull the typical non-participating, you have no jurisdiction sovereign citizen routine. So the judge booted them from the meeting and then ruled against them. So let's begin.
Yes, hi, hello. This is Brittany Stevenson. I just spoke with you a little bit ago, and you had put, okay, you put me through to a meeting with a Judge Petrie. Is that right?
We added you to the hearing, yeah.
Okay. Well, the thing is, he hung up on me, so I just need to report back to you that the case is dismissed.
I wish it was that easy. I'd never follow the law again and just dismiss my own case.
You see, I asked for
Sorry, I had to stop real quick. First of all, this is another thing too. When these people talk this sovereign citizen, old school con man double talk, and people don't want to listen to it, it's like it goes back to the mentality of why they will not get a lawyer. The whole mentality is, hey, you know what? You have to do what I say, even if what I say is completely insane, illogical, illegal, and will get you disbarred. Your job as a lawyer is to do what I say because I said it. And if you don't do it, you're fired and you're evil and you're a tyrant. Same thing. Oh, well, I was talking to somebody. I was talking crap, nonsense, gobbledygook, so they hung up. So now I have no case, apparently. Yeah. Dr. Leno for $5. Thank you so much. Swag stands for Sippy Cups for Will's wedding gift. And also we got another 5 from Donna Ray. We love Ray and Maggie. Oh, absolutely. With all of our hearts, all day, every day, nonstop. Always thinking about you guys. All of you guys. Oh, man, I love you guys so much. Best fans in the world. There's 2 happy dances. Here we go. All right. Okay, yes. All right. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I love you guys. Seriously, like, I'm sorry. It's just, I always got to say this because it's always true. And it happens so much. And especially, I want to say this again, being that it's Monday, especially after within the last, well, it's been within the last week because it started on Tuesday, I think was when my dog died. Like, and it's only Monday. So it hasn't even been 7 days yet. But what I've been through in the last week, like with her passing away and then, you know, all of that and dealing with that. And then my mom, you know, with the dog, because then that was her best friend and she's crying and the dog and this and that and the other thing. And then Ray goes to the hospital with an emergency, put in ICU, had to get emergency surgery. And just all this stuff going on over this last week. And there's been a lot of emotional stuff this weekend. And that's one of the reasons why I've said, and I'm sort of reiterating, like, I don't see a lot of it going on in the chat, which I appreciate, but whatever internet drama or YouTube drama or whatever the heck is going on right now, I haven't even been paying attention to any of that at all. I've got like real life stuff going on that I'm dealing with right now. I'm not worried about that. But then I come here and I see you guys, and you guys make me feel so good. You're the most generous fans. You're the sweetest fans. You say the nicest things. We always get I always say it's social media, right? And it's like the same group of people getting together every morning to hang out, no matter what's going on in their lives. We get together every morning and we sit down and we spend a few hours just hanging out, having some laughs, and just enjoying each other's company. And I love it. And you guys always make me feel better, no matter what's going on. And I try to return the same. I try to entertain you guys and help you guys feel good and just have a little bit of fun, maybe a few laughs. You know, smack around some voodoo dolls. Ow, 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 ow. Whatever it takes. Hug a kiss, baby. Ooh, mwah, sweet voodoo. Yep. And then, of course, my beautiful squirrel from Ray. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. And look at this. We got $2 from Donna Ray. We love you too, Hez. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Here's your happy dance. All right. All right. Yes, thank you so much. Wait a minute. Late Night with the Devil is a different kind of horror movie. Oh, is that the one where it's like almost like a found footage thing, like an old talk show? That like they have the possessed girl, but it turns out that the host of the show like sold his soul, like a Faustian thing. Is that the movie you're talking about? Yeah, that one's pretty wild. Let's see. The last episode, last two episodes. See, I don't know what show are you talking about. Are you talking about Curb Your Enthusiasm? I love the way they ended that show, by the way. They the very last episode was basically a remake of the very last episode of Seinfeld, but a lot of people didn't like the last episode of Seinfeld, so they like fixed it. Jerry actually comes in and he's like, "Hey, you can go home now. You don't have to stay in jail." And he's like, "Oh, well, that's how we should have ended Seinfeld." And Jerry's like, "Oh, yeah, why didn't we think of that? I don't know." And then they walk off into the sunset. Manos. The Hands of Fate. The master will not be pleased that you are here today. Torgo. You must bring them before me, Torgo. Kelly Brown, good morning, Hez. Did I miss the Ray update? Keeping her in my prayers. Yes, that's how we started the show, was with the Ray update. She's in the hospital right now. The most recent update I got from her was yesterday evening. So last night or this morning, I don't know if anything changed in between then, but last I heard she was in the ICU. She had her surgery. It seemed that the surgery was a success and everything went well with that. Again, the last I heard, she was still waiting for the doctor to come and, let her know give her an update, what's going on, what we need to do, what the next steps are, or whatever. But the most recent update I got from her was that she got the surgery and she's recovering, and she's still in ICU because her blood pressure has been so low that they want to monitor it very closely and make sure the antibiotics are working. So yeah, let's Donna Ray, hello to anyone I missed. All right. If you watched The Big Bang Theory from the beginning, you knew his dad died when he was young. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the show from when he was okay. Yeah. I like Seinfeld, but I don't like Friends. Oh, some people like having friends. I don't know. Oh, you mean the TV show? Yeah. It tickles me that you got that reference. MST3K, yeah. Anyway, back to the video.
For his oath and bond, which he's bound to by law, you see, to give me. So
What's the tariff that requires him to give you that?
I'm sorry, do what?
What's the KRS that requires him to give you his oath and bond?
Well, is that not your job description, ma'am? Shouldn't you know that? Yes or no?
No, because you're no.
Oh no, it's not. Is this the courthouse?
No.
It's not.
Yes.
Are you? Do you work for the court? Do you work for the law? I mean, does he know the law? Because I don't even know him actually, because he won't let me see his oath and bond. So, actually, what's happened here?
That's why I asked you what KRS requires him to do that.
Oh,
Because we're talking about equity, ma'am. We're talking about property in this hearing, whether in the division of in this family court. So we need to have the credentials when we're talking about equity, so we know that all parties involved have the authorization, okay, to arbitrate equity. That's all we're trying to do. We're ready to settle this matter. That's what we're interested in settling.
It's been settled.
No, it has. If it was settled, man, we wouldn't have had this hearing today. How can they settle that when there's no consent to the commission? And see, there's no commission in the matter here, ma'am, because they haven't been able to get one. There's no consent to the commission, so this case is dismissed. But we are interested in settling this. We really want to settle this.
Hold on. Are you trying to settle the case, or are you dismissing it? Because they're kind of mutually exclusive to one another. I mean, if you dismiss the case, then you can't really settle it anymore. And if you're trying to settle it, then obviously it's not dismissed yet.
And that's what we'd like to do, is if we can get the credentials to show where there's authorization to settle in arbitration, we would like to come back to the table and bring settlement. Okay, we don't want to come and argue or anything of that nature. We just want to get all the facts out on the table so we can bring a settlement.
Yeah.
That's all.
We're out on the table.
No, ma'am. All those pleadings,
I have never
those-
received an oath and bond from Mr. Petrie. Never.
Now, see, ma'am, all those pleadings are hearsay.
I have never received an oath or a bond has never been received.
What requires him to do that?
U.S. Code title.
To do that.
It's in U.S. Code Title 18. It's in U.S. Code Title 14. It's in U.S. Code Title 15. You'll find it in U.S. Code Title 12. Okay, this is your code. This is the code that the government established, and this is the code that the government must follow.
Okay, real quick, I want to throw this out there. Not just this situation, but I would say probably 90%, if not more, of the situations we deal with, whether we're talking about the Moors or the sovereign citizens or the frauditors or any of them, when they talk about all these rules and regulations and laws and things that all these government employees must follow, how is it, for example, that driver's licenses are illegal, yet all 50 states every day get away with having them, and nobody in the federal government noticed? Even though they need a driver's license too, they didn't notice that people still have driver's licenses. That's still a thing. Hey, wait, I thought we made that illegal. Same thing here. Every single judge, lawyer, prosecutor, anyone who works for any kind of government office has to physically hand you copies of their oath and their bond, or nothing counts. And yet nobody ever does that. Wait a minute. You're going to tell me that every single day, every single member of the entire judicial system breaks the law and nobody noticed except for a couple of you idiots? How is that even possible? It's not, because you're wrong. You butterbrain douche canoe. You butterbrain douche canoe. Butterbrain douche canoe. You're a butterbrain douche canoe. Oh, what's that one I used to sing? Boom, boom, boom. Butterbrain douche canoe. Boom, boom, boom. Potato brain douche canoe. Grab your camera and your pepper spray. Oh, it's time to spread some hate. Messing around with all the cops. Boy, I hope they take the bait. Hey, I'm going to audit you, butterbrain douche canoe.
Guideline in order to continue to do their job. This is it. So besides the point, I mean, we are interested in settling this matter. Both parties involved are interested in just getting this settled so both parties can move on with their lives. Mr. Petrie, we would just like to make sure he is authorized. I've never seen this man's credentials, okay? This man has not seen my credentials. I agree with that. We agree with, if everybody wants to bring the credentials to the table, we want to settle.
Yeah, there's no seal on any of this paperwork, ma'am.
None.
It's all fraudulent.
There's
Every bit of it.
there's-
There's not one seal. My signature is not on anything. They have nothing. These people have destroyed my entire life and my children's life, and I'm not going away. And everybody's name that's been put on any of my any of my paperwork, I promise you, I am going to sue on a personal manner. Okay, every single person I've spoken to, texted with, emailed with, been in any hearing with, I will be coming to the table with to settle with, because y'all picked this fight. I'm just finishing it. Do you understand?
And that's.
Do you understand?
You've not been in any hearings, Ms. Stevens.
You are.
That's
you
correct.
are so right. You're correct.
That's why we're here talking with you here, ma'am.
Yeah.
Look, the court clerk kind of is the banker of the court. We know there's bonds here, okay? We're here to settle this tax issue, okay? That's what we're here to offer here today. We don't even know the amount of the debt. We don't even got any fact of any detriment that's brought any consideration. That is all hearsay, man. We don't have any evidence of that.
It is filed with no seals, ma'am.
No
It's
seals, no
fraudulent.
signature.
There's no signature, no seals. Oh yes, ma'am, you do. You do. I tell you what.
Every banking institution has to have a seal in order to have proper bonds.
Circuit court clerk is not a banking institution.
Yes, it is. You have a DUNS number and you have an EIN. You are a banking institution and you do file 1099As, ma'am. I know this for a fact. I am a banking examiner.
Oh, well, forgive us. We didn't realize we were dealing with a banking examiner, especially a special one that A, thinks only banks can get a DUNS number, and B, thinks the county clerk is a banking institution.
I am a banking examiner, ma'am. If I want, I will force you to bring those 1044s to ensure the tax is made on those bonds, because I guarantee you're not paying the tax on them.
And this is a huge problem.
Ma'am, we're here to settle, okay? We could do it the easy way or the hard way. If you want the IRS and the Treasury involved in your breach of trust, we can bring it. Or we can do this the easy way, and you can settle everything out of that payment bond and the performance bond. We can file the paperwork. We can send you them paperwork so it's legit. And we're going to ask you to settle this out of those accounts, because you have 3 accounts there I see so far. And I'm pretty sure I can dig up 3 or 4 more. These accounts are going to be handed over to the SEC, the IRS, the Treasury, and the Postmaster Inspector General. If we don't get something straight here, that man cannot sign off on paperwork without consent. That is.
It's not just what he just said. It was his tone. I bet she's shaking in her boots now. It's not just what he said, it was his tone. I bet she's shaking in her boots. If I don't get all of this information, I'm going to sue you. Okay. If I don't get all this information, I'm going to turn it in to the FBI. Okay. If I don't get all this information, I'm going to go to the feds. Okay. If I don't get all this information, I'm going to go to the Postmaster General. Ah! Like that was his gotcha. What? What the what? What? And the way that he put more bass in his voice and raised it when he said Postmaster General. Like, okay, fine. You don't care that I'm going to go to the FBI? You don't care that I'm going to go to CIA? You don't care that I'm going to go to the President of the United States? You don't care that I'm going to go to Dunkirk and Germany and everybody and have the whole world come out after you? Fine. I'm going to the Postmaster General. Now what are you going to do? Got it. You can't make this shit up, man. Oh, no.
Theft. We are talking about equity here, ma'am. And no courthouse has ever produced any evidence that they have the authority. If that man moved forward, he left the bench. I'm asking you if you're ready to settle this matter. Because we are. And we're wanting you to settle them out of that payment and performance bond. And I will give you the assignment of how to do it. You already know how. But we're going to direct you where.
I don't know how.
The hell you don't, ma'am. That court clerk knows how to make those bonds. We know where they go, ma'am.
I love how the lady on the phone is going full Chad mode and isn't backing down from these soft tards. And how when she asked him to explain how to use these nonsensical bonds that he keeps referring to, he can't answer her. And he just tells her to ask the county clerk because she knows.
You make a performance bond, an appearance bond, and a payment bond on every case, on every account, ma'am. It's a 9-digit number. It's got a QSIP number, right along with your DUNS number, right along with your EIN number. Ma'am, we're not here to argue. We're here to stand in common. We just want to settle this matter because all parties involved.
I'm not saying anything. You're the one arguing.
I'm not arguing, ma'am. I'm telling you exactly how the courts work. They are banking institutions,
and only
ma'am.
because you told us that you did not know the law yourself, even though you represent it.
And I'm here to stand the law, ma'am.
So I'm just trying to help you.
I am the banking examiner.
That's all.
I will tell you this right now. All the language.
About performance bond.
There is well, okay. With every court docket, there is an appearance bond. Okay, so they get that bond as soon as they appear to court. Then there's a performance and a payment bond. Okay, I'll guarantee you they're there because the government provides the forms for us to use to liquidate them. And the comptroller told us to bring them to you. That's the comptroller, IRS, and the Treasury, ma'am. We just want to settle this matter. And the bench isn't interested in settling. This case is dismissed.
This case has been adjudicated.
That case, I don't give a shit what's on that paper, ma'am. You're going to have to take that up with the IRS and the Treasury. They don't care about your language. They don't care. They want to know if you got a fraudulent security or not. And ma'am, right now, I think I have full evidence that you do.
Ma'am, can you describe what you just said? What you said, adjudicated? I'm sorry. Can you back up? I need you to describe what you said.
No.
Adjudicated?
Adjudicated. What's that?
What does that mean?
He has no dog in his fight.
Who?
Well, he does because I say so. That's why. And because I'm the one in charge here. Do you understand that?
Karen, the government took your kids away from you. So I think they're the ones that are actually in charge of this situation. And can we all just take a collective silence for the brain cells that society lost when the banking examiner and his Neander Karen asked the judge to define adjudicated? Let me help you. Adjudicated is not what she said. It was adjudicated. And what it means is you can eat shit because you chose not to participate in your trial and the judge has already made his ruling.
Ma'am, we all...
Okay. Oh, sweetheart, listen to me very carefully. I had to flee the state because these people tried to kill me. You have no idea. You are in up to your neck in shit that you don't even recognize. They stole my kids, my house, my farm. I'm in over 6 counties. You think you're the only county I'm going to bat with here?
And you think this is the only individual that's going to bring this matter to the state of Kentucky? Ma'am, there's a powder keg sitting in this country right now. The people have full knowledge of how they've been getting screwed around by the judicial and the courts. And we're done with it. We just want to settle these matters so we can liquidate these bonds so we can move on with our life. Okay? These poor offspring in the matter here are at risk. These poor offspring do not deserve this type of lifestyle, this type of experience in life from the judicial and these family courts. They have no authority to do this, ma'am. They don't have the authority, ma'am. I know, and I don't know you. I don't know who you are, ma'am, either. But we are among the same people. Don't we sojourn upon the same land, you and I? Are we not of the same people?
And that we actually, I come into agreements with what you just said. I don't know you either. And I don't know this judge. And that's why I'm calling you to inform you that this man that you sent me to, that I'm just informing you that the man that you sent me to hung up on me because I asked for his oath and bond. That is on the record what happened. Do you understand what that means?
Yeah. It means you're a psycho, Karen. And whoever was on the other end of that line realized they weren't related to you or married to you, so they didn't have to put up with your bullshit anymore.
If you don't, then you need to go back to the law books that y'all made, okay, and read them.
Hey, look,
but that's the truth.
We either get the man's credentials or we settle, or the IRS and the Treasury come and get those credentials and they settle in their matter. And I'll guarantee you, ma'am, I don't think that district attorney wants to pull out those 1044s. I will promise you that. And I think you know very well what I'm talking about. Do you think that? Do you think that?
We don't have a district attorney.
The hell you don't.
We don't have a district attorney.
Ma'am, do you have a county attorney?
No, we don't.
Do you have a county attorney?
A county attorney.
Okay, there's
Commonwealth attorney.
okay.
Now, so where
same
was that
thing.
filed?
Where's that
was
filed?
filed in my county.
You see?
Hello, there's
Boom.
DA Elkinson. I know he's on the list. Guess what? So are you.
All of it. Come on, ma'am. We are of the people in this land here, ma'am. Okay, we're done.
I am of the people.
Yes, we are together in this. We stand in common, ma'am. We do. We stand in common.
No.
You don't find it you don't find it to be in common.
So you're saying that any individual that puts some letters behind their name can sign off and steal property without consent,
including children.
That's against the law, ma'am. And you're going to find that out when it comes to trust law and commerce law. We are dealing with nothing more than a commercial tax issue here, ma'am, and we're here to settle, and the bench refused to settle.
Ms. Stevenson?
Yes, that would be me.
Ms. Stevenson?
Hello.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Hello?
Yep, I hear you. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
I hear you.
I'm going to tell you, there's nothing more that I can do for you. If you feel that has been done wrong or that this is not correct, then my suggestion
It's not a feeling. I'm just letting you know what happened. I'm letting you know what happened, ma'am. I don't have a feeling, okay? I have the facts and the receipts on all of it. So you need to understand. I have the back side and the front side, all of it. You're not listening here, okay? I'm telling you.
Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth?
This one.
Do you feel that this is incorrect?
Ma'am, do you have an oath?
I do. I feel this is incorrect.
Ma'am, do you have an oath, ma'am? Did you take an oath? Are you elected?
Ms. Stevenson, if you feel that this is not correct, you need to retain
Ma'am?
I have the right to defend myself.
Do you have an oath?
It is my unalienable right. You've crossed all of them. Next, what's your next question?
Do you have an oath, ma'am?
Okay. What's your next question? All right. Well, guess what? I'm the one taking question. I'm the one here that's letting you know the facts, ma'am. This is what's happened. I have all my receipts. I've spent 3 years inside of this, and we have it all. You have an opportunity right now to do the right thing before God and everybody else, to do the right thing. Okay. You know what the right thing is. I am the messenger. I'm just telling you what happened.
Ma'am, what we'd like right here is if we could get all the information on how many accounts that we're going to need to address here so that we can liquidate these accounts and finalize this deal. We need to settle this matter because it's getting out of hand. It's getting.
Everything.
No, ma'am. We're here to settle. If the bench does not want to settle, this case is dismissed, and we're going to hand you over to the IRS, the Treasury. I'm not threatening you, ma'am. I'm telling you where you're going.
You're informed. You're notified.
Informed right here.
They're all
right here.
notified. They're all notified.
The judge left the bench. That's going to be right to the Kentucky bar. Where it says right there, if that judge leaves the bench, and that's in Kentucky rule. If that judge leaves the bench, that case is dismissed.
And actually, ma'am, it's already been
That's three
dismissed.
times. That's 3 times in this case. In these accounts, the judges have left the bench.
It's actually the 4th.
There's 4 right
We
there.
have the receipt.
So let me get this right. You're saying that if the judge leaves the bench, then the case is automatically dismissed. Well, if that's the case, then why wasn't it dismissed after the first time he left or the second time he left? Hell, after the third time he left and it wasn't dismissed, you'd have thought that they learned their lesson. But nope. Apparently, they had a double portion of paint chips this morning, and they think the 4th time is the magic charm.
We're telling you, so you are notified, and this is recorded, that we're here to settle. If the
You're recording me?
you're recording me.
You're recording me
You-
without my permission?
You are, everything's recorded, man. We're talking on recording devices, okay? How do you know the government's not recording you? How can you guarantee me that you are not recording me either? All courthouse lines are recorded, ma'am.
Oh,
I
but-
know that
but-
for a fact.
But anyways, but
All courthouse lines are recorded. What gives you the authority to record me without my consent?
this isn't the court. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She just admitted this is not the courthouse line. So, ma'am, that's which is exactly why we need your oath and bond. Same with the judge, because we don't even know who you are.
Ma'am, come on.
Do you see this?
So that's the thing.
Okay,
So-
we don't know who you people are.
So you guys, you don't
what
have.
number are you called? So just re-identify yourself. Start over. Start from the beginning. Okay. Who are you? Who are you? Who do you work for? And what is your W-9? I'd like to have your employee identification number right now.
Yeah, we're gonna need a copy of that.
That's what I need right now.
Your W-9. We're gonna need your basically your 10. Your,
I have no idea what my employee number is.
ma'am, that court has an EIN number, a tax identification number. Okay, an employee identification number.
You'd think a banking examiner would know the difference between a tax ID number and an EIN number, and that an EIN number does not stand for employee identification number, but employer identification number. But then again, you weren't gullible enough to believe that he was an actual banking examiner to begin with, were you?
Administrative office of the court. Listen, I'm sorry. We're getting nowhere in this conversation.
I know, man, because you are failing to recognize that you have a duty to do, and you've been neglecting your duty. That's what we're trying to find out. How come we can't move forward with this? How come you keep holding this up? How come you do not want to settle this? We want to settle. Okay, so the judge doesn't have the authorization, ma'am. You do. You have the authorization.
You have more power than he does.
You got more authority than the judge.
You do.
Yes,
The
you
court
do.
does.
You're the court clerk. You're the banker. Your signature's more powerful than the judge. Want me to tell you? Look, man. Who's the court clerk? So we're not even talking to the right person? We're not even talking to the right person to even settle then, are we?
Perfect. This is beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Well, can we talk to your supervisor so we can settle this?
Can we get back to the beginning here? Who's who? Who's who?
We need look. Are you the court clerk? Can you settle this here today?
Is this Martha?
Is this
You have called the family court office. If you want the circuit court clerk, you need to Google it and call the Clark County.
No, ma'am. You are the trusted trustee, and if I ask you for that number and you don't give it to me, you are in breach of trust. You have a fiduciary duty.
I'm not the circuit clerk.
Okay, so why are you calling me from this line trying to identify yourself?
Ma'am, then we
Oh my God. She didn't call you, Karen. You called her, you idiot.
Can we talk to the court
working
clerk?
for Boyle County, and then you put me into a conference call with this man named Judge
Petrie, whoever that guy is. Who's that guy?
I don't know who this man is, but obviously he has confusion because he has no seal, no oath, no bond, nor does he even know the language of English. Can he sit in a conversation to speak to the victims that he's destroyed?
Typical fucking Karen. Blames everyone else for the consequences of her shitty life choices.
This is a crime, ma'am. Do you understand what you're a part of? Yes or no? Do you understand?
No.
There are 6
Well, ma'am,
children here that have
I
been
mean-
kidnapped.
There's a lot of claims as who people are. He says he's a judge. There's no evidence of that. He says he's a magistrate. There's no evidence of that. That's all we're asking for. Hey,
It's simple.
if you claim this is who you are, let's see your credentials. Let's see where you get your authorization. That's all we're asking. Where do you get your authorization to claim these things? Where does anybody in that courthouse get their authorization to make any claims?
Once we get that, then we will establish what jurisdiction means. Because I can guarantee you, you're not in mine.
None. You're subject to our jurisdiction, ma'am. You work for us. We want to settle this matter. Can we get somebody on the phone that can settle this? Can we talk to the court clerk?
Who's your supervisor?
No, the judge is not on.
I don't care about the judge. He's irrelevant here. The court clerk makes a decision.
Yeah, he's pipsqueaked us.
That guy ain't nothing but a referee.
He didn't like the bench. I'm done with him.
That's just some guy that went to Amazon, bought a costume, and threw it on his shoulder and said, "I'm the judge."
There's no honor.
There's no honor in that. There's no credentials.
He is the mockery of the court.
Just because you put a black robe on and sit up on a freaking chair up on an elevated bench doesn't mean you're the judge.
I love these dipshits. They're so flawless with their interjections. I can only imagine that every conversation they have at home is like this.
You got to have 5 oaths, man. 5 oaths. You've got to be bonded, man, through an insurance company, man. Where are those credentials? Without those credentials, this is null and void. That man left the bench.
It's looking bad.
It's looking bad for the guy.
Look
You
so
tell me,
bad.
ma'am. We just want to settle this. Can you get somebody on the phone that can settle this matter here today? Or do we got to get the IRS to do it? I don't care. We want to settle today. Is that possible?
You were on the hearing. You were talking.
Well, that's the point.
That's the point.
That's why I'm calling you, because I'm informing you of what happened. You weren't there.
He
right?
left the hearing.
But I'm informing you, okay? Because you're the one that put me in contact with him because you represent Bull County, which is what you told me. That's the truth, right? And so I'm coming back to you just to inform you. This is what happened. When I asked the man for his oath and bond, he got nervous and he hung up on me. Now, is he capable, okay? Is he competent enough to be in a conversation with me? Yes or no? I need to know that. And the only way I can know that is if he shows me. Okay? Show me the papers.
You see, you people are the one that asked us to this meeting, okay? We comply to your meeting, okay? All we ask is you comply.
It wasn't a meeting.
Well,
You can call it what you want, ma'am. You can call it whatever you want, but there's no evidence of that.
You can label, obviously y'all can write whatever story you want to.
I mean, because
it's a whole bunch of hearsay.
all of it, all those pleadings are hearsay, and that's been put on the record, okay? Hearsay from an incompetent individual that bench deemed incompetent due to the fact that he hired an attorney, and that's defined in the Black's Law Dictionary, Volume 4. Oh, I think they're going in Volume 6 now.
Uh-oh.
Come on, which
the
volume?
language. Wait a
Here's the
minute.
language.
He knows it. He knows
Man!
it. Shoot.
This is like watching 2 monkeys celebrating the discovery that they can eat their own shit. And oh yeah, since you're a self-proclaimed constitutional Black's Law Dictionary scholar, why don't you look up the definition of the word adjudicate? Because it's in there.
So how come we're admitting all these incompetent pleadings through a brain jackass called an attorney with no fact? There's no fact on this. There's no fact in dispute. There's no fact on the record.
Nothing.
None.
Y'all are
And you guys are you're sitting here and you're going to arbitrate equity in admiralty? Come on, ma'am. You got to be smarter than that. You got a fraudulent security.
And here's the thing. We have it all.
Let's just get somebody on the phone right now that we can give the information to so we can get this settled today. We need those bonds liquidated because these offspring are hurting. They deserve better than this, ma'am. And if you claim to be doing this in the best interest of them offspring, then you're going to settle today. We need your supervisor. Ma'am, here's where we're at, okay? The judge left the bench.
No, yes, you are.
Here's
Yes, you are. Who's your boss?
Here's your boss. Look, that judge, we have a certified mail, okay, with an unrebutted affidavit on that judge, okay? I don't care. We're done asking questions. We're here to settle. If he does not want to settle, we've already got chain of custody on his ass. Okay, he's already admitted that he committed crime. We have an unrebutted affidavit.
What a couple of dumbasses. Everyone knows it's not pronounced affidavit. It has a T at the end and it's pronounced affidipshit.
Okay, we're talking about commerce, okay, and a commercial tax. That judge knows the 4 judicial canons that govern that bench. Okay, that man went out his conduct. I don't care, ma'am. Get us your supervisor so we can settle. Or if we're not going to settle, we're done.
Yes, I want you to give the judge this one. I just want you to give the judge this one message. I don't need any of your statements any further. Okay, I'm done with you. Okay, you just need to let him know this.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Ready?
Have a good day.
The jig is up. Let him know that. Okay. The jig is up.
Have a good day. If you're Goodbye.
So no settlement, no case.
She hung up.
Oh, poor Karen. The lady hung up the phone before she could morph into her final form and demand to speak to the manager. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I know this is a bit different from my normal court videos, but I thought it would be a good idea to show you what the courts and the court staff have to go through when dealing with a sovereign citizen outside of the courtroom. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the one and only Team Skeptic. All right. Oh my goodness, people can't really be this dumb, can they? Unfortunately, yeah. Yes, they can. And they are. So one of the things, like I said, it's so difficult to understand the mindset of these people because they're so off the rails, batshit crazy. But there are certain bits and pieces that make it easier to see, but because the basis on which it's all built is always wrong. See, that's the problem, because it's like when you're building on that foundation, that's one of the reasons why it becomes so difficult for us intelligent people to understand, because it's built on a foundation of stupid. So it's like none of it makes sense, but you have to try and realize that the umbrella under which all of this nonsense they're talking about falls is the idea that sovereign citizens and all of these people that are making those types of arguments believe is that well, first of all, you have to get into the idea that the United States doesn't exist, that there's a company called the United States of America, just like McDonald's or any other company. It's a corporation, and their end goal is to make as much money as they can, period, and nothing else matters. So the foundation on which all of their arguments are built is that everything is a commercial transaction. If you freaking murder somebody and you go to court, it has nothing to do with the fact that you hurt somebody. That's a commercial transaction. The court is trying to make money off of the crime you committed. So their mindset is that everything the government does is a commercial transaction. So these guys, all of their arguments are based on that fundamental, insane misunderstanding of everything. So if you can twist your logic or turn it down enough, I guess, to understand that that's where they're coming from, even though that fundamental base argument itself is wrong. But if you can look at it through that lens, then what they say, it's not, none of what they say makes sense because that fundamental argument doesn't make sense. But when you look at it through that lens, that everything is just a commercial transaction, the government trying to steal your money, then their arguments coming from that place are like, oh, okay, they're not thinking this was a hearing, and since I didn't show up to the hearing, the judge put in a default judgment. No, they see it as these idiots are commercial bankers that are trying to steal our money, and when we didn't show up, they just said, okay, let's just take it. Of course, yeah, of course that's wrong. And of course they're insane, ridiculous, nutter fans and supporters are going to say, yeah. But because that's not true. If it was, then yeah, you'd be right. It's the same thing like when someone gets pulled over and starts quoting UCCs. These guys were quoting UCCs. And they say, well, I'm not driving commercially. Right. Therefore, commercial code doesn't apply to you. Right. That doesn't apply to me. So I don't have to have a license because the commercial code saying you need a license doesn't apply to me because I'm not commercial. Right. It doesn't apply. So why are you using it if it doesn't apply? Why are you quoting it if it doesn't apply? The laws and codes that do apply to you, oh, no, those aren't legit. I don't have to follow those. So your argument is no. Hey, you know, this is illegal. No, it's not. Hey, you know, this is private property. No, it's not. Like I said earlier, all of their arguments always break down to either no or you're just a bootlicker. Listen, they only accept laws that don't apply to what they're doing. Any law that they break isn't a real law. Oh, and again, like even people on their side will say like, oh, but if you talk about like bank robbery and murder and things like that, that's different because that causes loss, injury, or harm. Again, yes, I know Darrell Brooks is the most extreme example, but it's only one example, and we've seen many, and they keep getting more and more. They keep stacking them on more and more. Just recently, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I covered a video where this guy was in court saying there's no victim. And they're like, you're here for stealing money. Like, what do you mean? The person you stole from is the victim. Oh, no, they can't be a victim because they're a corporation. I stole money from a business. So that makes it okay because it's a bit. So the argument that, oh, well, as long as there's no loss, injury, and harm doesn't hold up if one of these people actually does cause loss, injury, or harm. Because then they'll make the same arguments in court. Well, I'm not a corporation, so those laws don't apply to me. Even the laws that stop loss, injury, and harm don't apply to me because I'm not a corporation and no laws apply to me. So it's like, yes, we are right. You idiots are wrong. Your arguments don't hold up. And if you think any of them through, does headsplaining apply to everything? That's what we're here for. Wait a minute. I used to have that banner. I wonder if I still have it up here. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Good old, oh, look at my beard back then. Holy crap. I was on the air with that big old mess. Look at that. Looks like birds could be like nesting in there. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, dearie. I love you guys. The sun's coming up. It looks like the storm's over. It was just a quick short one, I guess. Headsplaining 101. That's right. But yeah, it's always the same thing. Any laws or codes that don't apply to them, they quote. they hang their hats on. And any law that does apply to them, oh no, that's not a law. You guys are just lying and making that stuff up. Sure. And, well, anyone could just put on a robe, sit on the bench, and call themselves a judge. Really? Try it. Please. I'm begging you. Please try it. Just buy a black robe off Amazon, like you said. Walk into a courthouse, sit on the bench, and start adjudicating cases and see how that works out for you. Do it. Please. Oh, that would make such a great video. Oh, man, that would be amazing. I can't grow a beard. It gets too itchy and I shave it off. The problem is it reaches a certain point. Like if you get past the point where it itches, then you're good. But yeah, you have to like go through that time period where it is, and it's I've had a beard since I was 20, and I'm 62 now. That's right. Yes, Colvin knows what I'm talking about. The dude stole thousands of dollars worth of tools, and then when he was in court, he's like, "Oh, well, you know, I'm a sovereign, and therefore I can't be adjudicated unless there's loss, injury, or harm." Well, what about the loss to the people whose tools you stole? Oh, that doesn't count. And then there was the guy that I covered a while back that was driving, and he backed into like a garage door or something and did damage to the building. But he has no insurance because these guys don't believe in insurance. So when they found him and say, "Hey, man, you got to pay for the door." "No, I don't." "That's loss, injury, or harm." "No, it isn't because I'm sovereign." I can't stand the itching. It gives me a rash, a bad one. Yeah, it could be bad. I don't know. Oh no, Team Skeptic beat me to it. I was going to post this video yesterday, but I got burned out after 2 videos. I had to do editing with 41 F-bombs for Balsamo's video. Well, if that's the case.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves in Orange County, Florida at the local tax collector's office /DMV as Elmo ends up getting trespassed off the property and gets extremely butthurt about it. In fact, if you want to stick around to the end, just find out how many F-bombs he used throughout the video. It is, well, just telling of how low this man's education truly is if he uses the F-bomb that many times in a short video. So at any rate, let's go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
You don't tell me what to do, bro.
I can tell you as long as you're in here.
Get out of here. Get out of my face.
I'm not touching them.
Who are you?
I know I'm not going to.
Who are you?
I am the officer here. That's
Officer? Officer who? Who do you think you are? Coming over here telling me what to do.
I'm telling you, cannot take photos
That's
and
not
no
true.
videos.
That's not true. That's not
You
true.
cannot. You can either turn it off.
If you touch me, bro, we're
I'm
gonna have a
not
problem.
gonna touch
So
you,
step
bro.
away because I feel
Okay?
threatened.
Oh, poor little dumbass Elmo feels threatened, feels faint. Okay, well, let me tell you something, dumbass Elmo. If you should ever be prosecuted for Florida's 2-party consent law, then what will you do then? Will you feel threatened? Will you feel faint then? Or will you realize that you had this coming for a long, long time? Time will tell, though. I mean, at the rate you're going, dude, you're going to end up back in prison for a very long time.
Why are you recording in here? Why?
That's the question that you needed to ask first before you
Okay,
come over here aggressively.
Listen, I apologize.
All right, good.
Okay.
Apology
Now,
accepted.
why are we videotaping?
We're working on a news story, bro. Please step back.
Okay, where's
Leave
your
us alone.
ID?
I don't need to show you anything, bro. Please step back.
No, I'm not gonna step back.
All right,
You
fine.
can't make me.
Okay, hold on real quick before we even get into it. Here's the argument again and again and again and again. I'm working on a story for the news. Okay, so what's up? I can't tell you what's up. All right, let's say you're working on a story about the DMV. Someone from the DMV comes over. Why don't you interview them to try and find the information that you're looking for your story? Hello? Anyone? It's like they always do that. Who works on a story and doesn't actually try to gather information for the story? Who works on a story and when they have an opportunity to talk to people doesn't interview them? And because like I remember Long Island Auto always used to say, well, what if I had a hidden camera? That's how investigative journalists that are undercover do it. They don't walk in their cameras blank saying, I'm working on a story. Okay, what story? I can't tell you. Well, then how are you going to get the story? That's why I always say, when they talk about cop watchers and I talk about Ironton Auditor, he'll stand across the street, he'll film what's going on, and then afterwards, he'll approach the police and say, what happened? Actually get the news. Oh, well, they tell him what they can, and he disseminates that information to the public. Wow. You mean like a legit journalist might do? And that's always my argument when they start getting into this whole ID thing and I don't need to blah, blah, blah. I'm not making the argument that you have to work for CNN or NBC to be a journalist. My argument is you have to, at the very least, engage in some sort of journalism to be a journalist. Filming yourself arguing with people isn't journalism. It's just you being an idiot and filming yourself being an idiot. I always, and this is another, oh, there's so many. Another one of the things that gets so under my skin with these douche canoes. Because they're going to work on this story where they're going to go out there and they're going to get this information to disseminate in the public. And what's the story they're working on? It's not the reason why they don't interview anyone. The reason why they don't actually gather any information for their story is because the story they're working on is the reaction they get from coming in there and acting like douche canoes. The story is the way people react to their stupidity. So when people react and then they get mad at them and say, you're getting in the way of my story, you're so full of it. They are your story, you douche canoe. But you're not going to tell them that because you're a douche canoe. But as that would make sense. Exactly, which is not going to happen. They're not going to do anything logical because they have no logic. Illogical logic. Aselmo is just horrible. Yeah. He never adapted, just says the same thing. Oh, yeah. He's horrible. Well, my favorite of all time with Aselmo is, I should go back and find that clip and repost it like as a short or something, because it's my favorite Aselmo moment, because it is the nail in the coffin, absolute proof that these guys are full of it and that he specifically is full of it. It's the time, because he still does the same argument, but there was the one time where he started using the poster 7 argument, and the person he was arguing with actually knows and understands poster 7, flipped it on him, and then he immediately says, oh, well, poster 7 doesn't override the Constitution. Oh, poster 7 is the most important thing in the universe until someone discredits you, and then you're like, oh, well, that doesn't matter. 5 minutes ago, it was the most important thing in the universe. Now it doesn't matter because somebody called you out on it. Frauditors have reality blind. Jason Gutterman. They have reality blindness. That's why they lose in court. Yes, indeed, they do. By the way, guys, I don't know why this just clicked in my head now, but I don't know if any of you ever saw a movie called Enemy Mine from 1985. But over the weekend, while the boys were here, we sat and watched that movie together, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. And I was so happy because when I was a kid and that movie first came out, I saw it in the theater and I thought it was great. Now, as an adult, I watch it and it's like, it's good. It is. It's a good movie. I personally love that movie. I have a soft place in my heart for it. But now, especially because I went to film school and I understand the language of cinema, I watch it now and I realize it's got a lot of flaws. A lot. But I still love it. And my kids loved it. So I was so happy to share that with them. And they were blown away by the special effects with the makeup because the alien character has like, he breathes like in his face, like, and you see it moving. Like he's got these little pouches on the side of his face and in the back of his head that move. And they're like, they were just so impressed at the way that his breath things are always moving back and forth while he's talking and stuff. And good stuff, good stuff. All right, P. Lou Agassa Jr. That's exactly right. I've seen it several times. I saw it in theaters. Yeah, that movie. I loved that movie, dagnabbit. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going off on a tangent, but something made me remember that we just watched that and it was great. And the kids loved it. And I was so happy to share that with them and that they enjoyed it. But one of the things that was cool was that my older son, he loved the movie, but while we were watching it, he noticed right away things that I didn't when I was a kid. Right off the bat, he was like, "What's that thing in the ground?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Do they have a Sarlacc pit in this movie?" And I'm like, well, this was 2 years after Jedi. So, yeah. And then a little later in the movie, when they're running through the mines, he's like, "This is like Temple of Doom." I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Anyway, it's a great movie, but yeah. I loved it until Jerry's son was kidnapped by the miners. But that's the whole thing. See, and this is one of the things that I pointed out to my son, is Enemy Mine is because at the beginning of the movie, that's his enemy, but it's enemy mine. But at the end, he has to go into the enemy mine because the miners kidnapped his son. The enemy mine. Like, it's like a pun. It's a clever name. There's a lot of cleverness in that movie. There really is. Yeah, Jerry's son. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because he spelled son. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah, absolutely. Zamis. That was his name. We all love Zamis. And then they added Davich name to the lineage at the end. That was beautiful. Anyway, back to the Blackheart Night video.
Let me step back.
Well, you can't make me turn off my camera. It's the same thing.
I'm not making you. I'm asking you.
Okay, well,
There's
don't
a
ask.
difference.
Don't ask.
Okay, you cannot record in here.
That's not true.
Okay, we're gonna find out how
All right, good. And then you're gonna say I'm sorry again in front of everybody.
Oh, you're making a prediction, dumbass Elmo? Well, you're not very good at it in this particular scenario, considering, I foresee the fact that you're going to be extremely butthurt. You're going to be extremely salty. Yeah, and you're going to be using a whole lot of swear words by the end of this video. No, I'm not predicting the future. I've already seen this video because you were dumb enough to post it.
Right.
I didn't say I was sorry. I apologize.
Okay, so you're gonna apologize. You're gonna apologize again. So go find out before you
listen. I'm man enough that if I have to apologize, I will apologize.
Good. Me too.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, you just admitted that you're going to apologize? Since when will you ever apologize, Enrique? You never do. I mean, you act like a complete jackass in every single one of your videos, and when you're proven wrong, you whine and cry and complain about the Third Amendment and run away like a scared little boy when somebody is big and bad enough to chase you off. Do you remember Alaska when that guy chased you away from the post office? That was funny.
So go do your research,
I'm
bro.
just doing my job, man.
No, you're not.
I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
Yes,
but
you
if
are.
They tell me you can't be here, then you got to go.
That's not true. You gotta go.
You're pushing the wrong buttons.
Nah, you're pushing the wrong buttons. What you gonna do, bro? Nothing. No one came here talking to anybody. Back up. What? What?
Window number 16, 5, 4, 9, 3.
We're gonna see who's the idiot. We're gonna see who's the idiot.
Hello, how you doing? I
I'm
need
okay.
to give you
I
these.
need. I don't need to take anything.
You don't
from
need to
you.
take anything. That this is posted. That this is not a public forum, and
Yes,
you
it
cannot
is.
record.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Call the police.
Yes.
Call the police. All right, guys. So we're outside waiting for the police. Allegedly, they're coming over.
Oh, I like how you said allegedly. Well, allegedly, you're going to be turning into a whiny little punk here in a few minutes when they do show up. So you might want to check yourself when you say allegedly. So don't count your chickens before they hatch, because you only end up making yourself look like a complete moron when you find out otherwise.
Heather Ray over here is live on Heather Ray TV. Make sure you go over there. We're gonna see if police officers arrive and control this maniac and their tyrant order giver. We're gonna see how it goes. Let's see what happens.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Oh, this guy's getting educated. Oh man. Hey, don't, no. Hey, where you going? What the heck? This guy wanted to talk this whole time. How you doing, Sheriff?
Don't rush my vehicle. Stand up.
Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
No, I said don't rush my vehicle.
Oh, I'm not rushing
All right?
anything.
You came right up to my door. All right.
That's because I wanted to talk to you.
Okay. Good enough. I'm gonna talk to them first, and I'll be. Listen.
I'm listening.
Don't get behind us and walk.
What's the problem with that? Let me ask you. What's the problem with that?
Don't do it.
You guys get behind people all day long.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna be behind you, brother, because I have the right to. I can walk behind you. So what if you scared, bro? You scared of me?
Don't walk behind
Are you scared of me? I'm going to. I'm going to. What's the problem with that? Is that illegal? Is that illegal? I'm going to. I'm going to. Yes, I am. You're the one with the gun, right? You scared? All right, so walk. Walk. I haven't broken the law. I have the right to be here. I have the right to film. Call your supervisor. Actually, where's your supervisor? I'm not talking to this guy. What's up, Dupre? What the hell is wrong with this guy? Don't walk behind me. Can you tell me, Dupre? You're a cool guy. What's up? Hold on. What's your name and batch number? Hold on. What's your name and batch number, brother? Let me ask you something. Are you a rookie? How long you been a cop? No, I'm just wondering because you know what I'm saying. You seem so depressed and.
Really, dumbass Elmo, you're going to go that route? You're going to, without a license to diagnose it, call this officer or believe that this officer is showing signs of depression? Dude, do you even know what the signs of depression are? Do you even know how to diagnose it? Have you known anybody that has been depressed in your life? If not, shut your damn pie hole, because depression is a serious matter. I've seen people who are depressed, and this officer clearly is not. So shut your damn mouth in this regard, because you don't know anything about psychology. You clearly don't know anything about the Constitution. So, dumbass Elmo, my advice to you is to, go to your local library and actually open a book and read those things in there, those symbols that are called letters, words, sentences, paragraphs, and they're all in those books, those things that we call books, and actually learn something. I mean, you would be surprised as what you can learn reading a book instead of acting like a complete jackass.
Of course, bro. I'm the YouTube guy. I haven't broken the law. Everywhere I go, they say we can't film. I'm sick of it.
Well, maybe you would get better results if you filmed at a place that didn't have sensitive information or anything like that. I mean, you would get better results. I mean, go to a theme park and film. They won't say anything there. Go to a beach and start filming people there, because there are plenty of beach videos out there on YouTube where nobody complains. But That's not going to get you the drama you want. You want to cause a stir. You want to stir up the pot and cause a stink. That's what you want to do. So if you're getting tired of it, then why don't you stop stirring the pot and do something more productive?
Thank you. What? First Amendment. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, guys. So just know, little update. He's a little tyrant. He doesn't like me, but he's gonna have to respect me. That's the issue right here. Now we're dealing with the real tyrants. You know what I'm saying? This is where it gets a little hard. My job gets a little harder. You know what I'm saying? I gotta deal with these tyrants, and they wanna come and enforce illegal laws and illegal activity when I'm not doing anything wrong. So he doesn't like me, but he will respect me. He will respect me.
You know, dumbass Elmo, respect is earned, not given. As far as I'm concerned, you have not earned my respect. You have not earned the respect of most people in this country. The respect that you have earned comes from those who are like-minded individuals who are most likely criminal scumbags who really want to violate people's rights anyway. And I'm not talking about police. I'm talking about actual criminals such as yourself.
Many, many minutes later.
Okay. ¿Qué está pasando, Dupre? What's going on? Talk to me.
You're gonna talk to me in a second.
But no, I want to talk to you. You're the sergeant.
Yeah,
I want to
I
talk.
didn't have all the information. They're handling this.
But that's the thing, bro. I don't trust these guys. The way that guy approached me, I don't trust him a lot at all. The other guys, I don't trust him either. You have a good demeanor, so I'll talk to you.
No, so the place in here has they were giving us the paperwork about
Their policies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not law. Did they get educated?
Yeah, I mean in some ways, yeah.
What do you mean, brother?
So the thing is, there's like a line whether you're causing disturbance.
Exactly, obviously, but I'm not. I never am. This is the reason why we do these videos, and that's the same line that everybody brings up every single time. Yeah. And I know that line, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm never disrespectful. I never break the law. If anything, I can show you the video as everything that happened as soon as I got here. This gentleman over here, just because he didn't want me filming, and I can understand he may be informed about our rights. But as soon as I walked in here, it's on video. This guy started calling me an idiot, and I never said anything rude to him at all. At all.
I didn't call you an idiot.
It's on video.
I said,
no.
Stop acting like an idiot. No reason to argue. Did you walk into the restricted area?
It's not. It doesn't say restricted area. First of all.
Did you have business inside there?
I do. It's taxable business. Yes.
What? Where's your business?
My videos are being taxed.
Yeah, this is the tax collector's office, which deals in property taxes, you buffoon. As a YouTuber myself, I have to deal with a 1099, which is an IRS document. That is federal government, you dipshit. Not to mention that Florida doesn't have a state income tax, which is why a lot of retirees migrate to Florida when they reach that age, you gibbering buffoon. So everything so far you're saying is a complete fabrication. Even your own freaking fellow auditors would know that you don't pay your YouTube 1099 to the local state governments. You pay it to the federal government. So yeah, come on now, dude. Do better. That is, when it comes to living in Florida, I'm not sure if you pay a version of a 1099 in any other state. I don't know about that, but certainly not in Florida.
Yes, yes. No, what? Look, I don't want to talk. Look, I don't want to talk to this guy. He said, for what crime? I haven't broken any law. You have to tell me to leave, and then I leave. I'm outside. You can't trespass me. No, you can't. No, you can't. I'm outside. I'm already outside. No, you're not. That's how this works. You tell me to leave, I leave. That's it. I'm not trespassed.
We're telling you to leave.
And I'm outside. This is a public area. You can't just trespass me from the sidewalk in a public area. No.
That was a strange place to get cut, dumbass Elmo. I wonder if they were telling you about this strip right here being privately owned, that this parking lot is privately owned. So therefore, everything you're saying is wrong. I mean, could that be it? Could that be why you did that? I mean, inquiring minds want to know, did you take out incriminating information that makes you look like a complete ignoramus? I mean, nah, that couldn't be it. You couldn't be that dishonest, could you?
No, you don't own this plaza. They don't. I'm getting trespassed for what crime? What crime have I broken? You're the supervisor. So call your supervisor if you're not in charge, Dupre. I haven't broken any law. So if you want to go ahead and take this to court, Pressler, we can go ahead. And guess what? I know how to bond myself out right away too. You know what I'm saying? And then it's your job. A lot. Yes, a lot. I'll bond myself out super fast, and then it's so go ahead and arrest me for something I haven't done. Go ahead. I don't care. You're not trespassing me. I haven't broken the law. There's a public place. I'm from Orlando. You're not trespassing me from the DMV. You're not No, you need to listen. You need to listen. You're disturbing my peace. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. This guy's disturbing my peace, bro. No, I'm not. 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 I'm not giving you my ID. You don't know. You're not gonna know who I am. Period. And I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to your supervisor. You're a tyrant. You're a tyrant. I'm not. Am I being detained? Okay, so walk away. I'm not being detained. I'm in a public place. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Your job is not to harass me.
I'm right here.
Your job is not to harass me. I bet you $1,000 choice of charity, not gonna trespass me.
Yeah, dollars quite easily, dumbass Elmo. Because how many times have you been trespassed? You should know better than that. But you know what? You're a big talker. You think you know everything. But when it comes right down to it, you're just not another smart-ass criminal frauditor who thinks that they know everything when the Dunning-Kruger effect applies. And therefore, you think you know everything, but when actually tested, you actually know nothing.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm not giving ID. I'm not giving ID. Am I required to give ID? Am I being detained? Am I being detained, Sergeant? I'm not being detained. No ID. If I'm not being detained, I'm not giving you an ID. Period. Go ahead, take all the pictures you want.
That's all we need.
And I hope that's not your personal stupid phone either. Go ahead. I haven't broken the law. None of your freaking business. None of your business.
What's your name?
I'm not giving that up. I'm not being detained. Sergeant,
You want to give your ID?
I don't have to.
He's John. Though.
I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to. I'm gonna go straight to your fucking sheriff. All right?
Call him.
6 months worth of training.
Call him.
Stupid ass trying to disturb my peace. You should get arrested for disturbing the peace.
We'll put his picture on the truck.
Put my picture wherever you want. Put it up your ass. Yeah. Illegally trespassing me. Go ahead. I have millions of people that watch my videos, stupid.
Hey, dumbass Elmo, I know I've told you this before in my videos, but I feel like it's falling on deaf ears. You do realize that the ad populum fallacy applies here just because you claim to have millions of people watching your channel doesn't mean that it's the correct way, doesn't mean that you are always right. Subscriber count, view count doesn't mean jack squat when it comes to the truth. And the truth is you can be trespassed from any property without committing a crime, because that's called prevention right there. And the truth is you are a total and complete uneducated moron.
All right? So go ahead and illegally trespass me. Go ahead and do the videos. Go ahead and do the picture. Go ahead and do whatever you want. But guess what? No, I'm not.
Walk back in that building.
And what you gonna do, bitch?
Go to jail.
What are you gonna do? And then I'm gonna bond out. And then what?
So do it.
And then what?
So do it.
Freedom of speech. There you go. Freedom of speech. Fuck you. I'm gonna talk to your boss and I'm gonna put a complaint on you, stupid bitch.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Yeah, and I'm sure that complaint will be thrown right in the garbage because it's coming from the garbage hole of a certain frauditor that nobody seems to care about in Florida. So, yeah, you really got to consider the source of this one. And if it's Enrique right here, Mr. America, dumbass Elmo, whatever you want to call him, yeah, the source is, well, quite pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah, please. Yeah. Yeah. These cops, they get 6 months worth of training and they think they know it all. They think they know it all. What's the Third Amendment, punk? Tell me the Third Amendment and I'll leave. What's the Third Amendment? The Third Amendment and what's the Third Amendment? You don't know it, bitch. You don't know it. You don't know it. Sorry, Dupre. If anybody knows it, I hope it's you. But you're not going to tell me either right now. So, period.
All right, real quick, I just want to throw this out there. 4 days ago, this video was posted. The original video was posted by Aselmo 4 days ago. So as of right now, the original video is sitting at 36,000 views. Millions of people are watching you right now. 36,000 views total as of right now. That isn't even 250,000. That's not even 1 million. Millions and millions of people watch this. No, they don't. That's you'll be short of 1 million, let alone millions. These guys, they think they're Mr. Beast or something. Oh man. Oh.
None of you know the Third Amendment. Who wrote the Constitution? And I'll leave. I'll tell you that. Who wrote the Constitution? Since you took an oath to it, right? Pressler. Remember when you raised your hand and you took an oath to become a cop, to protect us, to guarantee us freedom, right?
That's what they're doing by getting rid of the
dumbass
trespasser.
I get what you're trying to say here, but yeah, it wasn't just one person who wrote the Constitution or its amendments. I mean, there was a whole committee of people that got together and drafted the Constitution over months of deliberation. And then for the past 200 or so years, amendments have been added to it, leaving not just the original founding fathers that helped to draft it, but many, many people afterwards that have left their impressions upon it. So, dude, yeah, it's not just one person that wrote it. You need to get your head out of your ass and figure that out. Then there's the issue of the Third Amendment, which hasn't really been relevant since the Civil War, you jackass.
Taking? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you and shame on you. Shame on all of you. Dupre, you should be protecting me right now. He don't want nothing to do with it because he knows I'm right. Right? So go ahead. Shove the trespassing paper up your ass, bitch. We're gonna give you a copy. I don't want a copy. Shove it up your ass. I mean, what you do with it is up to you. No. What you do with it is up to you. I don't want your paperwork. Good. Go ahead. And I bet you I'm gonna get this trespass taken out. How much you want to bet? Call me when you do. Call me when I do. You know what? You know what, brother? Why don't you sign a waiver? Are you willing to sign waivers and go to a gym? A waiver for what? A waiver. So that we can go boxing or MMA legally. Just let me do that, bro. Because I will sign a waiver. You know what I'm saying? Legally. And we'll donate 5,000 to your choice of charity. Let's do it, Pressler.
Hey, dumbass Elmo, all this talk right here reminds me of an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I believe it's called Fear Itself. Yeah, let's see what happened with the demon known as Gaknar as he created this huge disturbance throughout the house and finally showed up at the end, only to have a, well, little problem.
Buffy, when it comes to slaying,
Size doesn't matter?
They're all going to abandon you, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Aselmo, let me explain this to you. In this scenario, you are Gaknar. And, well, Buffy in this scenario is anybody that can pose a threat to you. Basically, you're just a small potato who has nothing on their side. And as Xander put it,
Big overture, little show. Let's do it, Presser. You
I just thought of something too earlier when he kept saying, "Come on, tell me who wrote the Constitution. Tell me who wrote it." Since he refuses to identify, wouldn't it have been hilarious if one of the cops would have said, "Was it Enrique Morales? I don't know." I'm sorry. It would have been hilarious if one of them knew who he was. And when he said who wrote the Constitution, they named him since he refuses to ID. I thought that would have been hilarious. I'm sorry.
You don't have the balls because you're a coward. You're a coward. That's what you get with your paperwork. Fuck you. This is my town, bitch. You don't come over here being a tyrant. No, you. You shove it up your ass too, bitch. Tyrant. You think you're gonna disrespect my First Amendment? I have the right to say whatever I want as long as I don't speak violence. And as soon as I spoke violence, I spoke about a what? A waiver. And I spoke about legal combat. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? Well, maybe not today, but maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next day. But I promise you, I'm gonna get back in there. I promise. I've had better attorney than you. A cop. You're just a bitch ass, bald ass, ugly ass looking cop. I hope your wife's somebody right now, bitch. Yeah. I hope your wife's somebody right now.
you know, dumbass Elmo, your swearing is a huge indicator of your lack of intelligence because at this point in the video, I must have used the censor sound effect 30 times already throughout this entire video. So, yeah, if you are very well educated in the law, you should be very, very well educated as a whole. So, why are you using such vulgar language throughout your life like this, especially when you get pissed off? I mean, I use the F bomb a bit, but nowhere near this much. So, which leaves me wondering, do you kiss your mama with that mouth? Because I'm sure she would have to wash it out with soap at some point.
There you go. There you go. She probably yes. She probably yes. She probably yes. Yup. You want to fucking illegally trespass me? That's being disorderly. That's being disorderly. You're breaking the law.
Oh, dumbass Elmo, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you do realize you're talking about yourself, right? These officers are doing their jobs in trespassing you. I mean, you are trespassed by the people inside. You fight that in court. You don't talk about it with the officers out on the street. And speaking of disorderly conduct, yeah, that too right there is on your head. These officers, yeah, not so much. But you're the one out here swearing and everything like that, acting like a complete jackass. If they wanted to, they could arrest you for disorderly conduct at this point. But at this point, they're just showing a little bit of compassion for you because, you know, a lot of times officers won't arrest somebody because they probably think that they're mentally challenged or something like that, which is probably your case because you've got a clear mental disorder of something. I don't know what it is, but it is definitely there.
You're breaking the law. You're using the law as you're being a tyrant.
Waiting on the paper and then
you're being a tyrant. Yeah.
Never gonna go back in there?
How much you want to bet? Oh, I'm never gonna go back in there. Like I told you, Pressler, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the day after, but I will legally go back in there. I swear, and you're gonna lose your job. I swear. It's not maybe. Yo, you sound very confident. You sound very confident, huh? You sound very confident. I won't go back in. Why? Because you say that? You ugly bitch ass cop, pussy ass cracker. Who the you think you are? Who the you think you are? You little snitch ass bitch.
Dumbass Elmo, I don't think this is the proper context to be using the word snitch. I mean, how are these officers snitching on you considering that they are trying to enforce the laws that you don't seem to believe in anyway, because you seem to think that every law is illegal? I mean, just answer that. And I want to know one other thing. You're asking who these officers who they think they are. Let me ask you something. Who the hell do you think you are? I mean, in reality, you're nothing but a YouTuber who has a rather large channel. But does that mean anything in the real world? Whenever all this is said and done, when your channel is one among many channels in the YouTube graveyard that doesn't have any more views coming to it because it collapsed in on itself, where will you be at that point? I mean, it's happened before, and it'll happen again. It happens to every channel eventually. So who do you think you are? What can you contribute to society after your YouTube channel is dead and gone? I mean, you got to be able to do something with your life, but unfortunately, all you have is your criminal record.
It's freedom of speech, bitch. You're being a tyrant. I'm nice to whoever's nice to me. You. You. I was nice to him. I was nice to him. What? What are you saying? I created a disturbance with my freedom of speech? He's trying to frame me. He's trying to frame me with charges. I'm like,
where's the crowd gathered?
Where's the crowd? People, you're creating a scene. You're the one. You're the one creating a scene by disturbing my peace. You don't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He's disturbing the peace by illegally trespassing me from here.
Film over there.
No. You know what? Keep your paperwork. Keep your paperwork.
They never do the whole crowd.
What crowd, bro? People are watching you guys being tyrants. Everybody agree with me.
No one's here talking except you.
It's all on video.
I know.
It's all on video. Everybody that walked out of here, shake my hand. Everybody that walked out of here, pound it. People knew who I was. Why? Because I'm nice and I praise good cops whenever they deserve it. But you guys are being tyrants. So go ahead. Keep your little DMV to yourself, all right? I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. You guys are tyrants. You guys are tyrants. Your mother.
Walk of shame. Who's doing the walk of shame?
Dumbass Elmo is butthurt once again after getting trespassed from another property that he doesn't understand anything about, especially when it comes to trespassing. But I've got just the thing for him. I've got Blackheart Knight's Butthurt Cream, guaranteed to cure any pain in your ass or your money back. But of course, since you're not paying any money for it, there is no true guarantee, so it might not cure anything. In fact, it might cause more of a pain in your ass for all I know. So let's go ahead and enjoy that walk of shame, and then we are out of here. Well, in case you're wondering about one thing, I recorded the amount of censor bleeps that I used in this video, and well, here it is. Quite shocking, I know. But you know what? Somebody uses that much language in any environment probably doesn't have a very good job. But at any rate, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.
But wait. Blackheart, it's worse than you think. You missed a couple. He dropped a couple F-bombs in there that you missed. I heard him. So there were more than 41. Oh, man, this guy's horrible. This is the thing. This is key. The big argument ultimately is legally, under the First Amendment freedom of speech, we have the legal right to be assholes in public. And they're going to fight. They've taken it upon themselves to educate the world that it's legal to be an asshole in public. Well, guess what? Nobody's arguing that it's legal to be an asshole in public. We're just saying that if you're being an asshole in public, you're still being an asshole. And we're calling you out on your assholishness. That's what it is. These guys are horrible. How's Ray? Okay, so I started the show with the Ray update. Last I heard from her was yesterday evening. So I don't know between last night and this morning, what the updates are. But the most recent I heard, she got out of surgery and she was waiting for the doctor to come in and give her updates and see what's going. They're keeping her for a while to monitor because her blood pressure was so low due to a bone infection that they put her on antibiotics, and they want to keep her for observation for a while to see, if they could get her blood pressure under control and everything else. And it's a nightmare. But last I heard, she was still in ICU. She did get the surgery. The surgery is complete. And now they're monitoring her to see how everything goes. And hopefully she'll get well enough that they can release her soon. God bless her. We love her and support her 100%, of course, at all times. We love Ray. And we love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Ding dong dang dag nabbit. All right. So that being said, we're right about at the 3-hour mark. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Thank you guys once again. And as always for joining us. You are, of course, the best fans in the world. I love you guys every day, all day. Oh, my goodness gracious me. You make my morning so happy. You really do. I love you guys. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. God bless you guys. All of our thoughts and prayers along with Maggie, Unclean, Ray, anyone who's suffering right now, Cool Clear Water, everybody that's going through medical issues and everything else. You're the best fans. I truly love you guys. You guys make me happy every morning. Can't wait. Remember, tomorrow is the Hangout stream where we just BS about any subject that comes up. I brought up the movie Enemy Mine. Maybe we can get more into that and some other things. Who knows? 80s movies, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Oh, yeah. I'm all shook up.
Huge argument. My wife and I were having a huge argument on whose turn it was to do the laundry. Finally, I threw in the towel.
My wife? She's threatening to throw me out of the house because of my obsession with acting like a news anchor. More on.
My son asked me what it's like to be a parent. So I woke him up at 2 a.m. to tell him my sock came off.
My wife lost our dog last night while she was making a salad. If anybody sees her, let us know.
I've woken up over 10,000 times in my life. And I'm still not used to it.
I made a playlist for when I go hiking. I've got the cranberries, the peanuts, and M&M. I call it my trail mix.